Well, good morning, everybody. Just gone 10 minutes to 8 o'clock to all of our friends down here at City Beach and everybody watching at home on mybeach.com.au. I'm Simon Beaumont. We're here for the second leg of this three-event series. First event at Cottesloe in December, North Cottesloe. Here we are at City Beach, Truey's home beach, and we go to Sorrento in February. Truey, good morning.
Morning, Simon, and also morning to viewers at home. Fantastic conditions set for today. It's about 28 degrees today, light sou'easter. And I reckon at 9:30 we'll see the southerly kick in a bit. So changing conditions this morning.
Great event, this particular one, Truey. You love this. They're all finals. We start with a mixed TAPLIN. We end up with the Ironman. Short, sharp racing. How do you see the conditions out there today, Truey?
Yeah, look, we've got just a slight little bank. We've got a little, maybe half a metre wave. The bank's got a few little potholes. So have a look for these swimmers and board paddlers as they make their way out. There might be a few stumbles. A good little wave for the skis, a little bit of assistance, and then we'll also see the boats getting some waves, maybe 50 to 60 metres off the shore. So fantastic conditions, and I'm really excited about this, the second round, and back at City Beach, so fantastic location.
This beach, you've been into the water, so True, you've had a bit of a swim out there, a beautiful, get our camera pan now, you can see, as Truey said, by the groin, there is a little bit of a wave coming through. See the athlete ground getting their briefing, but it is an absolute perfect little bit of a way for athletes to contend with today. For all the people who are down here on the beach, now Truey and I have started. We are broadcasting live to mybeach.com.au, so we are talking for the next couple of hours and bringing you all the action as it comes to hand. This format, Truey, we've got all finals. We've got a couple of our big hitters from round one are out this particular week, so some of the stars that we saw in round one are out, but still a lot of quality athletes here today. We should see some racing.
Yeah, I think so. So we've got Steve Bird, the superstar ski paddler from North Cott. He's not here today, so that's going to probably give Dan Humble and Reese Baker a really good chance to make it a trig double in the ski. Tegan in the sprint, she took out the double in both the sprint and the flags, so big points getters there for North Cott. So I think we're going to see another tight tussle at the top of the table between North Cott, City of Perth, and I think Trig Island will be the big improvers in this round.
And that's one of the things about this format, folks. If you're watching at home, come down to the beach today. It's absolutely beautiful. Get down here. We'd love to see you. You can see the athletes in the background now going through their final preparations as we're about to kick off with the mixed TAPLIN. This particular format with all finals, fast action, fast racing action. But this is a team event, right? So North Cottesloe took out the first of the events, but this is a team. Every single point these athletes earn is for their club, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you really see the depth of some of these clubs. North Cott, City and Triggs, Mullaloo are there, but again, to really maximise your points and be at the top of the table at the end of the day, you do need crews and competitors right throughout the carnival. So very difficult to get top points if you've got no boat crews. Likewise, if you've got a few slow runners, really hard to get those points up for the end of the day.
When we get our cameraman back with us, we might take a little scan over the actual arenas themselves down here, so you guys who are watching on mybeach.com.au can have a look as well. But we are approaching 8 o'clock. We're not far away from our first of our rounds. Who were some of the standouts for you in round one? We mentioned Dan Humble, but Steve Bird, of course, we saw that great ski from him. But Jade Mickles there or thereabouts, wasn't she, in Ironman and also in swim. But we saw Soraya Lee really push through as well, didn't we?
Yeah, look, that was a really good race by Soraya in the open iron woman. Jade, seasoned competitor. She knows what she's doing out there, but it's so good to see some of the younger crew coming through. And don't forget Nikita in the board. She only about 16 or 17 years old, took out the open board, and probably the biggest crowd favourite on the day. So hopefully she's lining up. I have seen her name on the program, but hopefully we'll see her out on the board again today.
We might just take a little look around if we can. We'll just get our cameraman to swing around and have a look at the, as we see, again, the athletes getting their preparations there. If you swing around here, you can see this beautiful surf club here at the City of Perth. So this is a fantastic, one of Western Australia's most famous beaches, of course, the beautiful white sands of City Beach, and that's where it's all happening today here at the City of Perth. So we're not far away from making a start down here, Truey. As I say, a couple of the big names are out, but Simon Hootengar is here. I reckon Simon Hootengar pretty fired up for today. Round one, probably a couple of those swim events didn't quite go how he would have liked. He is a superstar, of course, the international distance swimmer. So I reckon Hoots will have a big day today. Mark that down. Put $20 on him today, Truey.
Yeah, look, Simon was, I think he might have been disappointed with his fourth last round, but I think you reminded him of that, and that got him angry, so I'm sure he's been training hard. Recently got engaged over Christmas, so lots of stuff going on in Simon's world at the moment. Actually, then there's been a few engagements down at this club over the Christmas break. So love is in the air down at City Beach, and I'm sure Simon's looking forward to a really good performance today.
If you just joined us at home at mybeach.com.au, this is the second of 3 of these events. This is the WA Surf League. First event was down at North Cottesloe. We saw North Cottesloe take the maximum number of points that day. City Beach followed by Trig. A lot of the other clubs are here too, as you mentioned, Mullaloo, Sorrento, Secret Harbour, everyone's represented here again, Truri. This is about people, isn't it? So we not only will talk to some of our winning athletes, some of the guys who are grabbing podiums, but we'll get around to the tents and talk to some of the coaches and some of the managers and some of the characters of these clubs.
Yeah, look, that's what surf clubs are all about. These guys are out there patrolling Saturdays and Sundays and public holidays in the boats and on the shore and looking after the people that swim at our wonderful beaches in Western Australia. And as a reward, they get to compete in these fantastic events. And you did mention some characters, and I think the boat arena is well renowned for having really good characters. And that's where we really saw Northcott stamp their, I suppose, authority on the first round. Their boat crews took out first in both the male and the female boats, and in the male boats, first, second, and third for Northcott. That really pushed them to the top of the ladder, and only won by 1 point. So it was a really good opportunity for those crews, first, second, third, to really shut out the other crews from Trig and City of Perth.
I think one of the other areas where Northcott were able to push up last time, True, was with Tegan Maffioni and also Tommy Nolan in the sprints. We're standing here on the sprint arena at the moment, as you can see. This is finish line for the beach sprint. It's a long sprint today, True. Just looking down, it's on a bit of an angle. It's just very ever so slightly uphill. So good strength running track, I reckon, for these sprinters today. If we just pan around here, you can just come with me. You can see our boat arena down onto the to northern part of the beach, and you can see the boat crews down there warming up and doing their stuff. Not far away from making a start. If you're watching at mybeach.com.au, maybe come down, join Grant True and I, Simon Beaumont, down here at the beach, and we would love to see you down here, grab a cup of coffee and be part of this event too. Up at Sorrento next time around, mate, in early February, so that should be a good one, but the points all important here today. True, let's have a look at these water arenas here. This is your home beach. You've swum plenty of kilometres out there. We'll just swing around to the water. If you haven't seen one of these events before, if you look out onto the water now, you can see exactly where our competitors will be competing. This is our main water arena for today, and we see the first of the events getting underway. So this is the mixed TAPLIN. Trui, take us through what needs to happen here.
Yeah, so this is board first and male board paddlers. So we're going to see a male board paddler followed by swim, ski and a beach sprint. And we'll hand over to the 4 female competitors. So as I mentioned, Trig Island took out the race last time from the 2 teams from City of Perth. So I'd expect to see particularly Triggs up there again, Reece Baker on the ski. Dan Humble in the second team is going to really boost their chances of getting some points. And again, City of Perth and Northcott, they finished about 5th spot. Mullaloo were in 4th. So it's going to be really exciting. And as I mentioned, waves will play a difference today. So they're halfway out and still a fairly packed out or very close bunch out there at the moment. As they make their way out around those yellow cans. So flat water out the back, really tough paddling conditions, and but I'm looking forward to seeing these board paddlers make their way in through the waves.
So TAPLIN is normally one of the final events on the program that you normally see at any normal surf carnival, but today it's the first event. It's very popular. This is really best embodies what the WA Surf League is about, Trui. This is normally a team event on Surf Carnival today, so it's on first today, and it's mixed as well with the guys and the girls taking part. So this is the way we're kicking off these events, and this is, you can see all the clubs and all the teams are right into this, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So a normal TAPLIN at a normal carnival is 6 competitors, 6 males or 6 females, but this time around it is mixed. And we also get to see the beach sprinters joining into these team events. It's not often the beach sprinters get to actually compete in the same race as their water competitors and vice versa. So I know they're really excited, and the runners really do know that there's a fair bit of pressure on that last run, because quite often these races can be extremely close, and you know, 1 or 2 extra metres at the end of that run will pay dividends for the points.
And this particular one, the mixed TAPLIN as well, you'll often see some of the aspiring talented juniors taking part in this too, don't we? Because we need, and these guys get to push through as well on the board as well. So we see the first of the athletes coming. Nice little wave there, True. So it's not a big wave. It's going to play a part today. You need to get onto that wave first.
Yeah, absolutely. And just have a look at these board paddlers for those at home watching. Good little bit of surf skills there. A little tiny backwash, which if they're not aware of that, it is going to throw them around a bit. We might see that just pushing the nose of the skis left and right. But great to see a little bit of a wave. And Tommy just handing over there. Look, another wave for the second pack. So the waves do provide a little bit more of a challenge, but it's also got a fantastic knack of, you know, bringing one of the back markers through if they can get the right wave.
Just see here the crowd starting to get into it too. So these are the guys from the rest of the. Hopefully through our microphones you can hear the yelling and the shouting down here. So big crowd down here on the beach. After the first of the board legs, this is the mixed TAPLIN, and already the club's starting to get behind there. The first of their guys here in the mixed TAPLIN. We will see some beach sprinters in today's event as well, which Grant True mentioned. They are not far away from doing their thing. So we're off with the ski. A couple of guys have got away there, Truey. So Trig and City Beach getting some early points at this stage.
Yeah, look, that's a fairly sizable lead just from one board race. You don't often see that. You might often see them sit as a pack, stay nice and close together in the early stages. But don't forget, 8 separate legs in this. So this lead will change. But those 2 clubs out in front at the moment, really, really good start. But we've got some really good ski paddlers chasing them down at the moment. And again, we saw last time, Madeline from Trig Island put in a fantastic swim to really make the difference for that team. So still got 2 swimmers, another board paddler, 2 runners and a ski paddler to go. So really tight racing, and I'm looking forward to seeing how these competitors handle this small little wave.
For those of you watching at home, and for those of you down on the beach, we are streaming live today to mybeach.com.au. Just gone 8 o'clock in the morning down here at City Beach, hosted by the City of Perth Surf Club today. We go from the TAPLIN relay right through the different finals. They are all finals today. Female board, male board, female and male ski. Then we have our beach sprints right here on the beach as well. Surf boats, the swim for the blokes and the girls, the surf boats and our beach flags. And Ironman is the final event today. So we see, as you said, Truey, we've got a couple of guys who have made up a little bit of ground there. It looks like Trig Island and City Beach still holding its way at the front of the field. A nice little wave coming in on City Beach today as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we mentioned a couple of Olympians in the last round, first round of the Surf League. Jesse Phillips and Steve Bird in the skis. But today we've actually also got Andrew Ford. So Andrew Ford has been a representative in the Australian water polo team at the Olympics. I think he's swimming today for Northcott. So probably a little bit longer distance than what he's used to, back and forwards in that 25-metre pool, getting pulled underwater and trying to hold on to that ball. But we'll see him probably put a big sprint in, maybe around the back of the can. So Olympians everywhere at these leagues, and lots of great competitors. As we see Reece Baker just make his way up around that orange flag. So he's probably put maybe about 30 or 40 metres there. And I think that's Josh Maurice there. So look at the third competitor there, Dan Humble from Trig Island. He's really brought that back. So really tight at the front with 1, 2, 3 and 4.
Yeah, so Trig, well represented. They've always been a very strong ski club, haven't they, True? So Reece Baker has gone through first for the first time that he's been first up on the sand after a ski leg. Australian of the Year, Dan Humble, goes past us now. Superstar firefighter out there saving the world and the community, but very popular figure in surf as well. So Dan Humble gets his team into third. Off for the swim now, True, your favourite leg. And I reckon that looks like Simon Hootengar is in the water for the first time. Yeah,
look, we see this little bank starting to play a real impact on this. So you'll see these guys running, but there's actually quite a few potholes this morning. I did go for a swim, and I was lucky. I just took it nice and easy across that bank. Didn't want to hurt my ankles or my knees, but these guys will be going real hard. So look for a few stumbles, especially once they've caught a little wave. But look, that's Trig Island, City of Perth, Trig Island, City of Perth in those top 4. So look out for these guys, and don't forget, we've still got all the ladies to go as well.
You can just see the drone overhead there. So Trig Island are out in front, courtesy of a really big ski leg from Reece Baker in the boys. But you can see Simon Hootengar in the pink top there, folks. He is a specialist 10k swimmer, dabbles in the 25k swims as well. He's a gun surf Ironman, really good swimmer. He's won a couple of Ironmans over the journey as well, state titles, but Simon Hootengar is the big danger man in that field. Already taken out a few metres out, but still Trig swimming very, very well out in front. So Trig in 1, City Beach in 2, Trig in 3, as they head out to the cans for the first time in the male part of the swim here. Hootengar's made up a fair bit of ground there, Truey.
Yeah, look, he's chasing down Ben Jones from Triggs there at the moment, and he's got a bit of work to do. Ben's quite a good swimmer, so he's got a little bit of work to do. And the second swimmer there is young Lachlan Meldrum. Meldrum's a very famous name in surf lifesaving, so he's got straight onto the feet there of Simon, which is a great move. He's just going to be saving a little bit of energy, allowing Simon just to set the pace. And don't forget, these guys are competing for their clubs and their teams, but there's nothing they love more than knocking off one of their own teammates. So Lachlan there just sitting nice and comfortable on the tail of Simon as they try and chase down Ben from Trig Island. But as you can see out the back, that's maybe a 15-metre lead. And don't forget, when they start running, that'll get into 30 metres really quick.
Thanks, Drew. I've got Dan Humble with me now from the Trig Island Surf Club. Dan, beautiful conditions here today. Your style of racing out there with the guys and the girls, all your mates from Trig?
Absolutely. You can't beat a team race. Start the day off with the Trig guys is great. We've got some really young guys and girls in the team, so it's a great opportunity for them to, I guess, appreciate and experience the Trig Island culture and, put their best foot forward.
Reece Baker had a nice big paddle out in front there, mate. Trig have always had good ski paddlers, haven't they, male and female?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been lucky over the years. We've created a squad there that people want to be a part of, and we've had some real success at Aussies and States. So, we hope that it continues to grow and the new generation's coming through and keeping guys like Reece and myself honest.
You're out working this afternoon as a firefighter, mate. You're out there saving lives again?
I'm actually on leave as of a couple of days ago, so I've got a month off. After that last incident, I kind of need it.
No, don't know. And nice to talk to you. Good luck to Trig today. Have a good day.
Thanks, Simon.
Dan Humble here down on the beach. So first of our interviews today, Trig. That's Dan Humble from Trig. I think most that our friends, mybeach.com.au, are seeing is from our drones and from our competition cameras. We can see the ski boats are getting through some of their early rounds. But we do have Hootengar is about to take the lead, I reckon, or at least join the lead in the mixed TAPLIN. So still the girls to come, Truey.
Yeah, look, Simon's really shown his open water long distance pedigree there. He just waited and sat, and we mentioned Lachlan Meldrum from Trig was just sitting on his wash, but just around that last can, I think Simon maybe just dropped it a gear and put in a big sprint, and he's come right up onto the feet of Ben Jones. So this is going to be a really exciting race, really good runners that they're going to be handing over to, and then we do it all again with the women. So handing over to ski, paddlers, board and swim. So we've seen the lead chop and change already. It's only going to get more exciting as the ladies take to the water.
A little bit of excitement here at City Beach as the swimmers come in from the male part of the mixed TAPLIN. All of them looking for a wave. Hootengar, very experienced. You can see him looking under his right and left arm trying to get himself on a wave there. He's a bit of a rock star, Hoots, isn't he? We love to watch him race. He's very spectacular to watch, looks good and always competes incredibly well. So Simon Hootengar gets City Beach back up there, but Trig still racing beautifully there. So City Beach and Trig come out of the water, some nice dolphin work across that little gully there. The crowd starting to build now. That's a nice work from Trig to hold on there, and there's a sprint as they move on to the next leg.
Yeah, really good work there by Simon to peg back that lead back to third and fourth spots. So I've just seen Keris Graham on the beach today, another superstar of surf lifesaving and from the Trig Island Surf Club. So she's competing today, which is good. I think she's been on holiday, so I'm sure she's been training hard at her secret training camp over the Christmas period. So we've seen the runners just going around, and don't forget, if you're in the open sprint, please come down to Marshall. We're looking forward to seeing you run soon. So into the third and fourth runners, but have a look at these ladies out. 1 and 2, still holding that lead from City of Perth and Trig Island.
So all the action you can see at home on mybeach.com.au is being broadcast in, and Tommy Nolan comes past now. Look at Tommy Nolan, guy. He's all power. He still looks magnificent, Tommy Nolan, as he goes past. And he'll be warming up for the sprints a little later on. True, won a lot of Australian titles and state titles as well. Tommy Nolan from the Northcote Surf Club. To all the people down here on the beach at City Beach, we are broadcasting live, so True and I talking non-stop for the next couple of hours, taking you through all the events today. Very exciting mixed TAPLIN relay. The first of the female athletes are in the water now. We see Trig out in front, City Beach in second, and Trig in holding sway in third as well. Dan Humble, just spoke to Dan Humble just then, True, and he just talked about he's having a month off work. He's a professional firefighter. Like a lot of these guys, like a lot of surf lifesavers, they are community-minded people, and we'll get to chat to some of them today. You can hear the crowd in the background really starting to get involved now, and some of the juniors, talented juniors, come through after their swim leg. First of the females are around the apex of the course, True, and Trig's still looking good at this stage, picking up points.
Yeah, absolutely, Simon. So you mentioned about all these athletes are community-minded, but they're also family-minded. So interesting little fact about these board paddlers at the moment. The board paddler that is in a second at the moment is the daughter of the board paddler in fourth position. So Kalani Scott leading her on by 2 positions at this stage, Nikki Scott. So real family affair down at these events. And we also see later on, we're going to see Soraya and Amanda Lee lining up in the same race from Mullaloo. So it is great. Competitors get to mix, and also family members get to spend a morning at the beach going around the cans and having a bit of a run.
A little bit different from the normal surf carnival format with it's all finals today, folks, and we'll rip through this fairly quick. Our first event at North Cottesloe, we're over in like a couple of hours, weren't we, Tree, as all the finals went through. I'm going to get to the surf boats today, and we'll also be able to cover all the action from the sprints today. A slight configuration here at the City of Perth. I'm Simon Beaumont, this is Grant True. We are in the middle of the mixed TAPLIN as the first of our female board paddlers comes into the beach now. And just to go about to get a little bit of a wave, I reckon, True, so it's going to play a part. It's as Trig have had 2 very strong ski legs, and they're now sitting in first and third, I reckon. You can see the first of the females comes in off the board, now makes her way, one of the juniors, I reckon, True.
Yeah, that's right. That's Nikita from Trig Island. So we saw her take out the open board at the first round. Massive crowd favourite. Everyone really got behind her. She upset some of the favourites. So she's done a really good paddle there. Just held off Kalani. She's still got probably a 20-30 metre lead, which, as I mentioned, when you're moving from the water onto land, that's actually doubled. So putting Trig Island A in a really good position as they hand over to their ski paddlers.
All right, so these are the first of 3. As True said, it is a mixed board, it's mixed TAPLIN, so the first of the female ski paddlers head out onto the course. Very strong on the ski paddle, as we mentioned, and still going particularly well out on the water at this stage. You can hear the action in the background, you can hear guys in the background, our officials calling for the beat sprint, so that's not far away, Truey. Nice little crowd building up at the City of Perth Surf Club up there as well. So if you're down here at the beach, Grant True and Simon Beaumont taking you through all of our finals here today. Beautiful conditions down here at the City Beach. Going to get to around 30 degrees, light easterly. Perfect conditions for racing, Truey.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we just see some of the boats going through their early rounds. So the boat crews, 2 semi-finals today and into the all-important A final. There's also a B final to allocate some of the lower points. And we're going to be seeing both those finals live later on, so really looking forward to that. We will see some of these little waves. There's a little bit of a backwash there. We'll see the skis later on getting some assistance from that backwash, but at the same time, on the way in, that backwash will actually mess with the front of their skis, push them around a little bit, and we'll be looking forward to the surf playing a little bit of a role in today's racing. So into the final ski leg for this TAPLIN. Still got the swim to go. If you've just seen Ben Carrick, he paddled before, did a really good paddle into 4th position. And the ladies are just making their way out now. So still Trig Island in front, City of Perth, as we expected. 1 and 2 from the last round. And that looks like Trig Island might have moved up into 3rd position for their second team. So really good start to today. Beautiful conditions. And we're looking forward to seeing the beach runners soon. So the males have been called. They're just getting their starting orders. and we'll cross down to them very soon.
Yeah, thanks, True. Just wandering around amongst the athletes here. Good atmosphere with the points up for grabs. With the TAPLIN relay, normally one of the final events of the carnival program, but up first today with the boys and the girls. So this is a good way to build team spirit. This is the second leg of the WA Surf League. Our next event will be at Sorrento Beach. We'll try and bring you as many interviews as we can from the beach. All in readiness for our beach sprints. They are not far away. We now move into, we see our ski paddlers about to come in after the female leg. So the ski paddlers come in, make their way back to the beach. All looking for a little elusive wave, I reckon, Truey, as they come through. Just a very good morning to all of our team managers and to all the volunteers from the different surf clubs. We've got 13 clubs here today, Truey, and to all the managers and all the families and friends who are down here. Well, bring them down, particularly if you've brought a junior or two down with you. This is the second leg of the WA Surf League.
Yeah, look, great little wave there from Trig Island. She probably had about a 30 to 40 metre lead. That's now 50 to 60 metres. So she worked really hard on that wave just to get the nose over, and now she's into the run, and she'll be handing over to Madeline from for her swim leg now. So once again, Trig Island in a really strong position leading into the female part of the swim. So they're going to be extremely difficult to beat now. So I think the race here might come down to second, third and fourth as City and Triggs go head to head for those valuable points. So we mentioned the boats before. We've got beach flags as well later on. They're going to be getting organised after the sprint, and we'll take you live for those finals right around the world, live streaming on www.mybeach.com.au. So if you're at home watching this now, get down to City Beach, have a coffee, lots of great restaurants down here. The galley's open inside the surf club, and you can come and have a swim. As I mentioned, southern wind expected just after 9:30. So beautiful conditions. And we've got Simon now with one of the superstars of round one, and we've just seen her do a tick board in the open TAPLIN.
Yeah, well, she's getting congratulations from a coach and some of the managers. Nikita is only 14. She's had another good board paddle out there today. How was that, Nikita?
It was really good, yeah.
Nice to get some, or at least try and get some points for the team at this stage. The team event, you like it?
Yeah, it's really good because we don't get to race the TAPLIN, so it's a good chance for us to step up and have a go.
You raced really well in the first event of the series down at Northcott, so I guess your confidence is building a bit now in this event, isn't it?
Yeah, that definitely was a confidence builder for me, yeah.
Now you get to race with the boys today as well, as annoying boys from Trig. Dan Humble was talking about the Trig Island surf culture while you're out there. It's a pretty good club to be part of, right?
Yeah, it's a great club.
What else you got to do today?
I've got the beach sprints and then I'll be on.
Right, have a good day. Thank you, Nikita.
Thank you.
Well done. So Nikita from Trig Island, they're one of the emerging stars, True, isn't she? And as you say, a real crowd favourite. Only 14, holds sway at the front of the field in the mixed TAPLIN. And we will of course talk to as many of our clubs and our athletes as we can today. Trig sitting in third after points after the first round. But, so they'll be looking to try and improve on that. These are the strong legs for Trig, the ski paddles. Of course, Northcott will push through on the boats, Northcott will push through in the sprints, which we're about to see. A very strong sprinting club. How does it happen that the clubs get different specialties, Truey?
Yeah, look, a lot of it comes down to the squad that they've got and also the coaches. So a really good coach can, I suppose, plant the seeds of a strong squad, and then it really comes down to the rest of the squad. So we just see, just behind the camera, Jackson and Tom going head-to-head in first round. Extremely hot heat for that first one. So I think if you make it through that first round in the sprints, you're going to have a really good chance in the finals later on. So it was also great to see Nikita. She's doing the beach sprint later. She's just done the board. I reckon if she grew another 3 or 4 feet, she'd be awesome in the boats as well. So maybe we'll see her in the boats in round 3.
Mate, she might need, she looks like she's pretty slim, still sort of pretty lightweight. I think the thing about Nikita too is she realises a lot of confidence out of that paddle in the first leg, which she's improved. You and I noticed on the microphone as well, Tree. So she's now, we created a little, I suppose she's creating her own little thing there, her own little profile. We often see that in different sports as the juniors come through, and they become more, I suppose, higher profile. They get a little bit better at talking on the microphone as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're going to see Wes Gould race later on, and he mentioned in round one after almost beating one of the legends of Ironman in Australia, TJ Hendy. He mentioned that he really wants to be a role model for other young kids coming through, and that's what's fantastic. He's only a young fella himself, and he's already looking to the next generation from Mullaloo and how he can help them out. So, final stages of the Open TAPLIN. Madeline there out very strong lead for Trig Island, back to Romy from City of Perth. So Trig Island will take this out. I'm pretty confident of that.
Yeah, so we'll just cross to our competition cameras now, folks. We are broadcasting to mybeach.com.au, and this is the closing stages of the mixed TAPLIN. So Trui will be down on the beach as our leaders come through. So Trig Island took the lead in the first of the male ski and are now held that lead ever since that time. So Trig, nice work from Trig. Very strong in this particular event, the mixed TAPLIN. So each of these events today, we see the board paddle followed by the ski leg and then followed by the swim leg, and it's coming to its concluding stages now. So the green, white and red cap of Trig Island right near the front. City Beach up there as well. The red, black and white of the City of Perth Surf Club. Trig 1, City Beach 2. In the background you just heard the starting pistol for the second of our heats in the beach sprint. I believe that Tommy Nolan from North Cottesloe right near the front of the field for the first of the heats of the men's beach sprint. That underway. Not far away from seeing the closing stages of the mixed TAPLIN.
Yeah, that's right, Simon. And Adeline from Trig Island, she's done another great swim, and she's had a Keris down there.
Just get to Grant Shrew, it's a little bit closer to our broadcast position. Tree, you can head back up. So Karis Graham from Trig makes her way to the finish line now. So Trig have picked up some points early on. City Beach will pick up valuable second points. Watch for the blue and white caps of Northcott to push through some of our beach sprint and our boat races later on today. So Trig first home in the mixed relay, the first of our events here, the WA Surf League round 2. Head up to Sorrento in February for the second round. Drewy, there's a little wave coming through that gully of yours here at City Beach, playing a little bit of a part, particularly with the paddles and the skis. But there is a little bit of a buzz goes through the crowd when someone gets on a wave.
Yeah, that's right. It is one of the more spectacular parts of obviously any surf carnival when there is a bit of a wave, and really good result there for Trig Island taking out first points today. So maximum points, 12 points. And soon we're going to see the board paddlers. So looking forward to getting all the board paddlers down to the marshalling area. We're going to be kicking off straight into the water with them as we see the final stages of this Open TAPLIN, the open event for round 2 of the WA Surf League.
Yeah, so City Beach takes out second, the City of Perth Surf Club takes out second. We're here on their home soil today on this beautiful beach at City of Perth. For those of you watching mybeach.com.au, watching us online, why not come down? It's a beautiful day. There's baristas everywhere. There's beautiful flat whites and cappuccinos, and it's a great spot to watch WA Surf League round 2. Big group of athletes coming out of the water now, so give them a big cheer as they come through. Make some noise for these guys. And the first of the North Cottesloe caps today, picking up some valuable points. Lots of excitement. A couple of the juniors sprinting to the line there, Truey. So the beach sprint's underway. The boat's going through their task out of the water arena. And we're not far away from seeing the next level of the beach sprint guys about to come through.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. So boards are getting marshalled, but we're actually kicking into the male beach sprint final. So last time we saw Jackson and Tom, superstars of the sprint, going head-to-head, but also Charlie Rigby taking out third in that. So I haven't seen Charlie yet today. I'm not sure if he's around, but Tom and Jackson, they're definitely going to be the ones to beat for first and second today.
For those of you who may have watched the first round of the WA Surf League, got a couple of our big guns from the first round not here today. So Tegan Maffioni from Northcote, the gun sprinter, she's not here. Steve Bird's not here as well, but we've got plenty of superstars in as well for this second round. All about getting points for your club today, all about club today. Just ticking up to 8:30 here at local time at City Beach. True, Simon, with you we are casting live to my beach. We're talking non-stop for the next couple of hours as we bring you all the action. Bit of camaraderie down here on the beach now as the big SAP relay comes to a conclusion. And we're not far away from bringing you all the action from the beach sprint as the big hitter boys move down to the start line.
Yeah, thanks, Simon. So, just having a look at those beach sprinters heading down. I've already mentioned Tom Nolan and Jackson Simmons. They're going to be the ones to watch. Jackson Simmons, current Australian champion, with Tommy Nolan picking up bronze in that same race. So we just see them having a bit of a chat to each other at the moment. They are good mates, but fierce competitors as well. We also look down to the other competitors from Trigg Island. Max Hunter, I think, and Will Host. He got 4th last year. So in the last round, so look out for him to fill that top 3 position. And then down to, we've got Motherloo, I think that's Tyler might be there, or Cooper from Motherloo. So they're probably the ones to watch. Jackson Simmons, Australian champion, Tom Nolan, bronze at the Australian Championships. And then my pick would be Will Host from Trigg Island filling the 3rd spot.
Have all the female beach sprinters to registration or to the tent, please. All the female beach sprinters, you can come over and register immediately. Come over and see the marshals. All female beach sprinters to the tent, if you will. Yes, real quality in the men's field. You can see them on the course down there, Trees. I reckon, my eye, that's ever so slightly uphill and a little bit of an angle on it. So the boys making their positions or making the preparations now. We'll try and bring you some interviews. They're usually pretty spent after they finish the sprint. Drew will bring you some interviews very soon. Will it be Tommy Nolan or some of the other boys there? As you say, some real quality in the field. Just sitting over 8:30 here at the City of Perth Surf Club. This is round 2 of the WA Surf League.
Yeah, you're right. So where you see the boats and the skis and some of the water events, they're over in 3 to 4, 5 minutes. Sometimes these sprints are over in mere seconds. So explosive athletes. Also later on we're going to see the flags. Super explosive athletes just getting up and running that 10 or so metres to grab that flag. So extremely fine-tuned athletes, the real powerhouse of the beach, as opposed to a little bit more endurance in the water, where those races go for 3 to 4 minutes.
Well, in the first heat was the big heat, wasn't it? We saw Tommy Nolan just in the front. Tom, a real technician, isn't he? The way he sprints and moves across the sand, very technically perfect. Up against some strength athletes today, some of the power boys. But Tommy always in showroom condition when it comes to technique here at the beach sprint. And he will be with us very soon. Still getting our competition cameras into position for this long sprint. How far is that, True, you reckon?
That's about 90 metres today. I did go for a swim, I didn't go for a run, so I've got no idea what that track is feeling like underfoot at the moment. But they're in the starters' hands at the moment. And we see Tom Nolan off the top of the field. Very, very good start. But have a look down the bottom here from Trigg Island. Will Host there doing very well. Jackson Simmons, massive big effort. And he's taken that out easy. Pulls up nicely on the line with a little bit of a hurdle there for Tom Nolan. So super fast, it's all over in the blink of an eye. So we'll see what the judges can pull out of that finish.
Yeah, Tommy Nolan just in second there. It's a different running style. Tommy Jackson's massive upper body there, but getting muscles himself over the lot. Tommy Nolan, such a great competitor. All levels of where he is always has a massive crack. So it's like
don't know where to go under or over.
So Sorrento, two of the clubs traditionally have really strong sprinting teams. So Sorrento, we reckon, first unofficial at this stage, and for the judges to hand out the little placards so that the sprint has been run and won.
Yes, so we're going to hear from Simon interviewing the winner in about a minute, so we'll join him soon. But now the ladies are starting to make their way down. We see some of the boats starting to get warmed up. And we're now going back to the water arena for the first board race, which I think is the female board race.
We'd like to see all the more male board race competitors to registration as well, all the male boardies to the marshalling, male marshals for the board, please over to the tent if you will. So the men's beach sprint has been run and won. We'll bring you in very shortly. Down here at the City Beach Surf Club, the City of Perth Surf Club, this is the second round of the WA Surf League. And here the boats down there going through their semis. Background, we have the guys heading off the beach now. If you go to our competition cameras now, Troy, the drone up in the sky, bring you all the action on mybeach.com.au.
Yeah, look, really good vision from that drone as it gets right over the top of some of those boats. So we've got crews from City of Perth, 2 from Northcote as well, and also Sorrento. So you'd be picking, I would say, probably the middle 3 crews will be the ones to make it through to the final, 6-boat final. So we're looking forward to seeing that A final later on. So ladies are getting themselves organised on the board. And again, we see, I'm not sure if Nikita's having a paddle today, that may well be, I think Keris is down there. You see Jade Mickle, I think having a paddle as well. So we're going to look forward to seeing how the first straight run out through this as a pack, straight run out through the break. So we'll join these ladies as they make their way around the cans. Looking forward to the first individual race in the water today.
We're shortly with you, Jackson Simons, who's won the male beach sprint here from Sorrento. Around Jacko, we've got a nice little camp here today. Pretty coming back up the Christmas break, I suppose, but you get some points for Sorrento.
Yeah, always tough. Christmas break, always eating too much food and not really doing too much training. So good to come out and have a slog against the boys and close Tommy Knowles.
Tommy Nolan, the legend Tommy Nolan, perfect in the heats and also the finals. Well, you guys are different races, aren't you? Different shapes, different runners.
Yeah, he's a little bit more technique based. I'm a bit more of a grinder, just trying to slog out the meters as I can, and it just pays off sometimes.
How's this particular format, mate? Sorrento here in big numbers today. We're not far away from seeing the girls as well. You enjoy this format, team format?
Yeah, it's always good racing with the young water guys coming up and see how they go against the open boys, and it's just good to see everyone down having a bit of fun and get close to the club.
What's next for you, mate?
Just the beach flies. I'll try to get up the sends because I can against Tom, and that'll be a tough battle.
Well done, mate. So all the guys from Sorrento are listening at the moment. They're all standing there, big goofy smiles on their faces. They're happy for you. What are you going to say to them right now?
I just keep grinding out for the rest of the day and try and do the best you can for the club.
Well done, Jackson Simons. Well done.
Cheers.
Jackson Simons here. He's won the beach sprint today. He's got the Sorrento gear on. He's had a really good strong run against one of the guns, against Tommy Nolan. And he'll back up for the beach flat next Snot Reefs in just a short time. Grant True and Simon Beaumont with you down on the beach. We've got action out in the big water arena with our surf ski boats. With our women's board, final of our women's board, making their way out to the apex as well. Who do you like in this one, Truey?
The women's board, look, I think Keris Graham, I saw her on the line. She's going to be, she's a very good board paddler, very skilled in the water. She's been around a while, so these conditions won't be bothering her at all. Jade Mickle and also Kira from City Perth will be doing very, very strongly in the board. So we just saw the votes finish, 1-2 to Northcote, 3-4 to City. So we'll see at least 2 of the men's Northcote crews into the final. And I think we've got one more race and then we'll be heading out to them.
So the first of the heats in the women's beach sprint gets underway here on the sand. You can see the second group of girls making their preparations down there. We'll bring you our final in just a moment. The competition cameras up in the air and based around here at the City Beach. If you are watching on mybeach.com.au, we'd love to have you down here at the beach today. Grant True, Simon Beaumont, 13 West Australian surf clubs represented here today. Leading from the first round, North Cottesloe and City of Perth in Trig Island. They've been very prominent so far. North Cottesloe will push through during the beach sprints, beach flags, and also the ski league today. This is round 2 of the WA Surf League. The girls are around the top of the apex of this very flat course. A little bit of swell closer to the sandbar as the girls come in, as the guys come in. A pretty good day. Round 1, True, we saw a lot of very strong easterly breeze at the top of the course, but today not so much breeze. Expect to be maximum around about 30 degrees today, but these are perfect conditions for flat, fast racing, which of course brings its own issue. The athletes are going to go flat out right from the start and try and hold on. You see the girls heading back to City Beach right now.
Yeah, that's right. And one of the little things that we mentioned that we're in round one with the boards is you would have seen all the board paddlers up on their knees out to that first can. Puts an immense lot of pressure on the lower back and really works the hamstrings over when you're not quite as flexible as you should be. So hamstrings will be burning, and you see them just drop down onto their stomach just to give everything a bit of a rest, catch their breath. But now they're back up on their knees. A lot faster for most competitors. So they want to really make use of not just the waves close to shore, but some of the swells that are just starting to pick up halfway in. So the tide is dropping this morning as we see the second semi of the female sprint there. These ladies are going very hard at the moment, trying to make their way through to the final later on today.
Yeah, we see City of Perth take that one out with a big strong run, and there's Peter from Sorrento, Peter Freidenberg, the board paddle, raced open 14. She said she was going to do the beach sprint and had a good second half of the sprint there, Troy, so you might find herself in a final there. She's a pretty 14-year-old wave just approaching here at City Beach. Who do you like there now, Troy?
Yeah, look, as we predicted, Karis and Jade going 1 and 2. Look at them just pushing onto this little wave. That backwash has just thrown a little bit of a spanner in the works for both these competitors. So I don't think they're going to be trouble from behind, but Karis just pushing and getting a little bit of a run there. Jade probably getting the nose over first, and a little bit of a spill there for Karis Graham from Trick Island, giving that win to Jade. So fantastic paddle and good little bit of surf skills there for Jade Mickle to take out the board. Second last first this round. I'm sure she's going to be a very happy young lady.
Yeah, just see as Karis Graham fell off the board there, straight away she knew, didn't she, Drew? Big smile on her face when she came off. But Jade Mickle, the famous Mickle name here in surf lifesaving here in Western Australia. And Jade Mickle takes out the grand final of the women's board. Courtesy of a nice little run into the beach there. Nice little play, good skill as you said. Now lining up now with our marshals, not far away from the grand final men's board down here at City Beach. If you're watching us at home, mybeach.com.au, come down. This is the second leg of the WA Surf League. Very exciting, all grand finals, all finals today. A couple of heats in the sprints and in the boats, but mostly finals today. We're going to our male grand final aboard very shortly.
Yeah, so we just saw in that board race, the race is 3 to 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes long, and these competitors, they were both neck and neck the whole way. And even though it's a 5-minute race, it comes down to sometimes a decision that's made within a split second can cost you the win, or you end up in second spot. So little tiny mishap. I know Karis will be kicking herself for that. But I know, look, she's got her sights set on the state championships later on this year. And we're looking forward to seeing her bounce back. I'm not sure she's having a paddle later on, so hopefully she'll get back out there and make amends for that slight mishap. As we turn our attention down to the men lining up in the board, looking forward to seeing how these guys go around. They would have been watching the late paddle just to see what little advantages they can get from the conditions.
Folks, can we have all the ski paddlers, the male and female ski paddlers, to Marshall, please? We'll be down here to Marshall. We need you down on the beach for marshalling for the ski paddle. Might see if we might try and get an interview, True, with Jade Mickle if we can. She's often very alert, Jade Mickle, isn't she? She's right in the front of the field. It's hard to get an interview with these days unless you pay an appearance fee. That's what the City of Perth people are like.
Yeah, look, unlike her dad, Greg loves the camera. He's always up for an interview, but Jade's a little bit shyer, so she's probably got another race, so she's going to have a bit of a cool down. As we just saw a bit of a false start in the open male board race, so not sure if anyone was disqualified in that. But again, the competitors to watch for: Tom Gallagher took out round 1. Riley Walker was in second. He's got a new board today. He tells me it's very fast. And I said I'm more worried about the person paddling it if they're fast rather than a nice shiny board. So off to a good start. Let's just have a look at they make their way out. For all the young competitors out there watching, that was a really good start. Slight downhill, but look, the competitors that were straight onto their knees and busting out maybe 15 to 20 hard strokes. They've really come out well. So Jeremy Doney there just sitting in second place there. Probably, I think that's Blake from Trig Island. Jeremy, more known as someone who's in the gym doing bench press and push-ups and chin-ups, but he's out there on the board doing a great job today for North Cottesloe. So we've also got Patrick from Trig Island B, another very strong paddler from Trig Island. And again, probably we're looking for Blake and Tom Gallagher to be 1 and 2 today. So we've got the skis almost underway, so not too far away from the fastest craft that we've got in the water today.
Just seeing the female final, the grand final of the beach sprints being decided, Truey, and Nikita, who paddled so well in the female board, the 14-year-old from Sorrento, has made one of the, and she thinks that's hilarious. In the past and thought that's hilarious. So she's in. This was City of Perth sprinters, very strong, aren't they, Truey? They'll be well represented in the beach sprint for the females. The girls heading down there to make their start, as we see the boys near the apex of the court in the board paddle, not far away, female beach sprint grand final.
Yeah, look, just like Trig Island is extremely strong in the board and the ski area, Northcott extremely strong in the boat. Perth is very strong, really strong female squad on the beach at the moment under head coach Lee Buchan and two-time Australian beach flags champion Brett Slocum under their guidance. These ladies are doing really well. Multiple national medal winners. Gab Murphy, probably the big superstar there. She's always up in the top sticks at the odd flags and the sprint. So keep an eye out for those three. And I know the coaches of all these clubs are paying particular attention to how athletes are going around the course.
To see the girls line up for the final of the female beach sprint, just our camera guy to swing around here. And folks, one of the great things from round one was the surf clubs themselves, the tents. See everybody sitting in the shade down there. We can see Trig, we can see Sorrento, Swarthmore, Netherlands over there, and the Cottesloe, Mullaloo, and of course the Navy guys here today in the boats as well. We just swing over and look over at our tents over there. This is what this particular event is all about, support and getting points, each one of you competitors, the coaches, the managers. This is a team event, a club event. We'll have our presentations after the event today, so you can see all the tents there, the different clubs. We're watching the athletes here at the beach sprint arena. We're not far away from the grand final of the women's beach sprint, so we'll begin that very shortly. I reckon the City of Perth girls were really strong in the heats, so have a look for the red, white and black of the City of Perth. Beach sprinters here for the girls. They're not far away from making their start. Grand True, we will go back out onto the water momentarily. You see the leaders in the male board grand final, the male board leg. One of the glamour events, the grand final, straight through to finals today, Truey.
Yeah, look, another close finish for this board race. It looks like Tom Gallagher, that he took out first round, and he's done a fantastic paddle to be sitting in first spot there once again. So closely followed there by, I think that's probably Patrick or Blake from Trig Island, with Riley Walker in fourth spot. So little tiny wave there, he's sitting up, he wants a little bit of assistance, but he's going to have to get to his feet very soon to make his way across that sandbank. So a little bit of sandbank, a little bit of a trough, and then the travelator up to finish between the orange flags. So really good paddle there by Tom, 1 and 2 wins from 2 surf leagues, and heading back to then Trig Island and City of Perth. So really good board paddling there, and we're looking forward to seeing the ladies sprint soon.
Yeah, so we'll see the conclusion of the male board leg now. So again, the City of Perth picking up some good points there with Trig. Those guys were second and third. Northcott will push through, but no Tegan Maffioni today, so she picked up beach flags in the big sprints, round 1. So the blue and whites have got a little bit of work to do today to pick up some points. 3 runners in for the City of Perth here, Tree, racing on their home sand. The 90-metre beach ever so slightly uphill. But City of Perth look very, very dry in the heats. We'll see the conclusion of this event, and then we'll be underway with the girls of the beach sprint. All in readiness on the start line, Grand True.
Yeah, so look, competitors to watch for here, right at the top of or second from the top, I think that's Sydney Rafferty from Sorrento. She did really well last time. Current under-17 state champion. Gab Murphy, she was second last round behind Tegan, so she's going to want to take out some top spots. And then have a look for Megan Slattery as well, right next to Gab there as the other City of Perth competitors. So just getting their starting orders. And we're off to a extremely fast start. So Nikita there at the top of the field, not the traditional beach sprint start, but third from the bottom, Gabrielle Murphy doing extreme real. Then City of Perth, Sydney up the top there with Megan in fourth position. So great running there, really good spread of all competitors. And I think Holly Knock might have just taken out second or third there as well. So
Crowd like that, Truey. The crowd got right into that up on the little amphitheatre there. All the guys and girls. We'll get an interview very shortly with our leader, but that's a good day for the City of Perth runners, I reckon. Well done to the coaches from the City of Perth. The crowd got right into that event today. If you are watching us at home, mybeach.com.au, come down. Grant Tree will give you a big cuddle, big kiss when you come down. Free coffee on Grant Tree. Come down to the City of Perth Surf Club today.
Yeah, that's right, and got Simon's wallet, so more than happy to oblige. So look, I mentioned before about these competitors on the beach being real explosive, fast twitch fibre type competitors, and I mentioned one of the coaches from City of Perth, Brett Slocum, two-time Australian beach champion, and he tells a story that in a state team one year, he actually beat, I think it was Dean Peters, over a 20-metre pool swim, just due to his fast twitch fibre. Now, I've seen Brett's and it's like throwing a rock into a pond, not that successful. So good luck, maybe keep coaching the beach sprint instead of swimming, but the story's great, and that's what Surf Life Saving's all about. Great stories.
When you are an Olympian, you're always an Olympian. You're never a former Olympian, and Dean Peters will always be an Olympian. So the judges have made their determinations here at the finish line of the women's beach sprint. We get our winner very, very shortly. All in readiness down here on the beach. We are now going to the blue ribbon events, Truey. We go into the male and female ski legs. One of the most spectacular on the beach. Looking forward to this today.
Yeah, look, the ski, it's probably going to make a little bit of difference with this surf. I mentioned the backwash. Now, if you can get a backwash in the ski, you really do put yourself up for a good start. We see so much importance placed on these starts, not just in the swim, but on the board and the ski. So keep an eye out for the backwash. We'll try and call it if we see one there. So you'll see these competitors just accelerate. It's actually a wave off the beach. So as the waves come in, they run themselves up the shore, and then they have to head out somewhere. So you get a small little wave running back out. So every competitor dreams in the boats or the board or the ski of getting a really good backwash. But don't forget, on the way in, that backwash may well mess with your line on the wave. So it's good on the way out, not so good on the way in. So the female ski paddlers, they're just getting their final starting orders. Again, look for Karis Graham. I think she's going around again. I mentioned Amanda Bowman, so her daughter is backing up in the Iron Woman later on. She was fifth last round, really good paddle. Kira Albertson from City of Perth was second, and Asa Noel from Northcott A looking to get some points from the water for their club. So she got third last round, and I'm looking forward to these swells making a little bit of difference. So Simon's just getting the final finishing positions for that female sprint, and we're going to hear from, I think the winner was Gab Murphy. So lots of family on the beach today. We're getting halfway through this program really well. We're going to sit boats later on, and I know that the nippers are down there south of the groin and just near the groin. My family's down here. My little boy Riley, he's down here having a bit of a swim. He's going to go for a boogie board later on. So a great family environment down here. Grab yourself a coffee. We've got the skis just about to start, and looking forward to hearing from Gab Murphy, winner of the female sprint, very soon.
Yeah, thanks, Truey. We hope to catch up with a successful coach from the City of Perth as well, Lee Buck and Gabby. And Gabby Murphy takes out the female beach sprint today, and it's a big celebration down here for the City of Perth. Guys, now, Gabby, how was that? A lot of support from the home gang here on your home sand. How was that?
Yeah, it was a really good run. The sand is nice, which is unusual for City, but yeah, no, it's really good and good to have so many people watching and everyone here.
Take us through your final. You looked pretty strong. You're flying across. You're right on top of the sand, weren't you? So, a lot of strength, a lot of training goes into that sort of 10 seconds or so, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah. Luckily got good teammates. Holly got a really good start next to me, so that pushed me along. But yeah, we've been training really hard and been lucky to have Lee's been there almost every day. And Slokes is giving us a special, sneaking us in for massages and stuff, and so well supported.
Yeah, well done, Gabby. Gabby Murphy, the winner of the Prince Lee. Come in, mate, if you will. Very nice to see the red, black and white well represented, wasn't it, in the women's sprint today? So something's working for you, mate.
No, the girls did really well. It's, to have the 3 girls here and all of them make the final was exceptional.
What does she bring as a sprinter? What do you like about coaching her? What's she got? What's the point of difference?
Okay, I'll be polite. Very low maintenance, very committed, great attitude, just loves. I think the bottom line is she loves what she does, so it's very easy to coach her.
Well done, Lee. You've picked up some points for the club. Slokes, come in here, mate. Now, you've been sledged roundly by Grant True, like throwing a rock in a pond when you're swimming. So that was a little unkind, but nice to see the girls have good on the sand.
Absolutely. Look, Lee's been coaching now for many, many years, over 25 years, and he's my coach obviously today, and he's still there giving great advice and great coaching techniques to the girls like Gabby and the rest of the team. So, yeah, it's fantastic to see.
Well done, Slokes. Well done, Lee, again. I'm not sure I was going to ask you how old you reckon Lee is.
Oh, geez, I don't really want to venture a guess at that. It's pretty bloody old, though, I must say.
Well done, Lee. Well, thank you, Slokes. Gabby, well done. Well done picking up some points for the club. The City of Perth guys, well represented. They're on their home soil today, their home sand. This is the City of Perth Surf Club, City Beach, and this is leg 2, event 2 of the WA Surf League. We'll go back down to our ski events in just a moment. The grand final of the male-female ski, not far away, the Blue Ribbon events. This is a team event today, the 13 surf clubs represented. If you're watching us at home on mybeach.com.au, thank you for your company. Hope you're enjoying all the action from our competition cameras and from the interviews as well. We are here awaiting the start of our ski. Thanks, Drewy.
Yeah, Simon, absolutely right. 13 clubs represented today, and again, it's going to be really tight at the top of the points table. So Northcott doing well so far in some of the sprints. We're really going to look for them to get some maximum points in the boat. So some of their superstars out today. And as I mentioned at the start, Trig Island, they're going to be the big mover today. 46 points, 20 points behind the lead last round. But we've already seen some really good results in the water for Trig Island. So they're going to start strong, and it's going to be catch me if you can for the rest of the clubs. So Mullaloo, they're going to come back a bit in the swim and the Ironman races. City of Perth will come. They might get some points in the boats today, but we've seen strong running, and the water competitors are always strong. So Trig Island, I would say, out in front so far in the points, but it's going to be have to really wait until the last lot of boats, beach flags, and the swim to see who takes out today's points.
So not far away, we'll bring you all the action from the start of the ski. The girls down there in readiness taking their orders from the technical officials, with the girls pick up the skis now, head down to the water's edge. A nice clean start is what we want, Truey. There is a little bit of a wave coming through, so the starter will wait until all the girls have a fair chance of getting off the beach. As Grant True said originally, this is Truey's home beach, and he knows all about the backwash here and about the gullies and how important that start is for these guys. So, gun event, don't they? I love watching the start of the ski, Truey. All the kilowatts generate, all the power they generate off the beach.
Yeah, we saw Steve Bird in the male ski last round. He just sat there with Reece Baker, just sat and waited, and 10 strokes turned it from half a metre behind to a metre, a metre or two and ahead. And I got really excited about watching that. Massive amounts of power from the Olympian, and looking forward to seeing how these go. So if the camera can see that, they're actually starting just inside that inside trough. So it's a little bit deeper water there. And we see them just getting across that. Now, they're going straight onto a sandbank where the waves are actually breaking. So these competitors in the middle, they'll be fine. Final, the outside competitors have just been hit by a little bit. So enough to make a difference today, especially if one of your tactics is to get on the wash of some of the more seasoned competitors. So Keris Graham on that pink ski with the black nose doing extremely well out there. And we see really everyone just trying to sit her wash and get a little bit of an advantage.
So the first of the 2 ski events underway in the water. As Truey said, we've got, I think, We see the one paddler going out in the pink top very hard, but we see Karis Graham sitting there right here on her right-hand shoulder. Karis Graham second in the board leg. Tree reckons she's been on a secret training camp. I saw her laughing where that secret training camp is. Tree, but Karis Graham sitting in second as they head out to the top of the course. You can see our drone out there. I'm sure all the people watching at home are getting some shots as the girls approach the top of the course. Very flat conditions, so it's flat out there for today. They've got to try and get around the can first, and then try and hope for a little wave as they come in. The boys in readiness down there for their start. Some big names in the grand final of the open male ski. The girls at the top of the course now, Tree, just making their way around.
Yeah, look, they're getting a little bit of an advantage from this, still a slight east wind. So for those watching at home, the southeasterly is actually blowing off the shore. So it's not until they turn those cans that they actually feel a fair bit of wind on their faces. So it's not the most enjoyable thing to paddle into, but it does cool things down a little bit. So ski paddlers just going around the black, around the top of the course there, around that apex. So Karis Graham from Trig Island still in the lead, as she was in the board. So she'll be looking to make amends for that slight mistake. So competitors today in the ski finishing in between the two orange flags. There's no run up the beach for the ski paddlers. And likewise in the boats. Normally the boats finish between two flags in the water. Today they're running up the beach. So we're going to see some very close finishes there for the surf boats later on.
This is a team event, folks. This is the WA Surf League. All the points amassed go to each of the clubs. We'll have a presentation after today. And this is very much a team event, very exciting. Grand finals all the way through today. And of course, we can see the big guns, the big hitters of WA Surf competing today, and some of the aspiring and promising juniors coming through and making way to these finals as well. So True will have the call. I'm sure you can see this at home on mybeach.com.au. We see the girls now in a big pack, still pretty bunched together, so the wave may come into play here, Truey. But Karis Graham, as we look out to Off City Beach, Karis Graham now starting to pick up her rating. She's on the left-hand side there, and she's looking pretty strong.
Yeah, absolutely. So yesterday afternoon we had a fairly strong sea breeze. So you can see the swells are a little bit choppy, and they're still coming from the left, from the city groin. These competitors making their way back towards the groin first before they back and straighten up. So still Karis Graham at the front there, just trying to push on to a little tiny run. But she's got a bit of company there from, I think that's Malala or one of the combined teams. So Karis Graham just getting a little bit of a run there. Rest of the field, they're starting to look at a wave behind. So we might actually see another good demonstration of surf skills there. So Cottesloe there, that'd be Tash there. Another fantastic competitor, joined by Amanda. So we mentioned Natasha and Amanda, two of the veteran ski paddlers. I think they might have just taken out third and fourth in the open ski. So fantastic paddle, and great to see all the clubs represented. Yeah, well done to Karis. Nice little cheer on the beach there as Karis went through the orange flags and took out the women's ski leg. Good tight race out there, but well done to Amanda Lee. We spoke to her pre-race, didn't we, True? She was pretty nervous. She knows it's a big day for her racing open, and all the girls on a wave together there for second place. So I reckon she'll be pretty pleased, and we'll get some results through. But Karis Graham takes out the women's ski. We'll have a chat to her in just a see the camaraderie amongst the girls down there. All in readiness for our male ski. Have a look at this, folks. One of the most spectacular sights you can possibly see. The start of a men's ski race with a bit of a wave running. And this is all action down here. This is just one of the most spectacular sights you'll see in surf lifesaving competition. You're seeing the boys and the girls off the beach. The big boys, the big hitters, are about to make their way into the grand final of the male open ski. Here we go. Yeah, so they're starting in the same spot, same course as the ladies paddled, and we see the Czech starter there, just getting them all in a line. Reece Baker, one to watch in this. He led for most of round one. Dan Humble, he's competing today. We've seen him do a really good paddle in the TAPLIN already. He's going to give Reece a run for the money, just showing the depth of this Trig Island ski squad. The Maurice brothers from City of Perth, Ben Carrick from City of Perth, and then Daniel Peters from Northcote. He's one to watch out for. I think he's just on the far left there, so keep an eye out for him as well. But just if you're watching from home or on the beach, just have a look at this start. The starter will put his gun in the air. That means paddlers need to get ready. And then it's an absolutely powerful fury of paddles out to probably about 30 or 40 strokes before they settle in. So straight on, nice clean start as we see them a few fall off. But look at that, Dan Humble, Reese Baker, they're in the lead already.
Yeah, just have a look at the stroke rating of Humble and Baker as they head out. They are absolutely flying. No better sight, I don't reckon, Chewy, the start of the men's ski, particularly if they get a little bit of a backwash. Absolutely motoring out there. So the boys from Trig out there, your man Carrick, I reckon, from the City of Perth sitting in third. So the two boys in the red, green and white looking to go for maximum points today. Humble and Baker flying, absolutely flying out to the top of the course here for the grand final of the men's ski. Very spectacular. This is round 2 of the WA Surf League here at City Beach, the City of Perth Surf Club.
Yeah, we've mentioned that we've got some Olympians in these rounds, which is always fantastic, but we've got a number of Australian champions out there as well. So between Reese and Dan, they've got a bag full of Australian gold medals and silver and bronze. Dan Humble actually competes regularly at the World Championships for the Great Britain team. So from an international perspective, he's one of the superstars. He's been in that international team for a number of years as a ski paddler and also doubles as an Ironman from time to time. So Dan Humble out in front at the moment, Reese Baker in second spot, and Ben Carrick, I think they're right up beside Josh Maurice in third and fourth position. So we're going to see what happens now. Reese wouldn't have been happy that Steve Bird put that powerful burst in and taught him a bit of a lesson about paddling for 10 strokes in the last round. So I'm sure he's going to want to make amends. But you know what? He's going to have a real tough battle with his good mate and clubmate Dan Humble. So not too far away. And I think we're going to hear from someone that knows Dan Humble quite well, Karis Graham.
Yeah, just down here on the beach with the winner of the grand final of the women's ski. Karis, all together at the top of the mark, but powered home. Good race from you.
Yep. Great to see that so many girls are getting in and having a go.
Everyone on the second wave, if second place was decided, wave it. And what was the tactic for you going in?
Probably just to sit at the front and then get on the little runs on the way in.
Picked up some points for Trig today, second in the ball where you pick up maximum points. So it's a good format, isn't it, racing for points for your club?
Yeah, it's a pretty good format and it's great to see all the disciplines coming together. I think it would be really good if we could choose where our double points come from.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, there's one for the organisers to think about. Now, Karis, True reckons you've been in a secret training camp. We're just going to go to the finish of the men's ski. I'll come back to you in just a second. Thanks, Karis.
Yeah, so Dan Humble on the left there, Reese Baker on the right, just on this little tiny wave. They're finishing between those flags. Way too tight to call here. I mentioned the backwash, I mentioned the surf. Not a lot of assistance for these guys. So those judges will have to make that call. But let's look back to Daniel, Ben Carrick and Josh Maurice for the minor positions. So great paddle. We picked it from the start. One of the paddlers has gone a little bit askew. But great maximum points there for Trig Island in second spot. And just as we talk now, so in the boat, need to get...
Just finally with Karis Graham, Karis, the secret training camp, is it on? Is it off? What have you been doing?
Oh, we went to Bali tonight, so it's not really on.
Trig picking up some good points there. Reese Baker, we think, may have taken that unofficially, so well done to Trig. Having a good day.
Thanks, guys.
Karis Graham from the Trig Surf Club, and we see the red, white, green take out maximum points first and second there, True, as well. So having a good day. I think you picked it a couple of races in that Trig are making their way on this one. North Cottesloe winning round 1 of the WA Surf League, but certainly Trig picking up some points at this stage. You can see the beach flags being laid out on the beach flag arena. We'll try and catch up with Big Reese Baker at the moment. It's all Trig Island today. City of Perth getting in the way with Jade Mickle. But Trig Island having a beach today, True.
Yeah, so Trig really strong in the water. The ladies' beach flags, they're marshalled, so I know they're going to be getting themselves organised very soon. And we're going to see some of the boat races starting in the next 30 seconds. So again, City of Perth and Northcott really strong. This is where Northcott will make their run for points. I mentioned first, second, third in the men's boats. They were, I think, first and third in the female boats. So some big races for Northcott still to come. And I'm looking forward to seeing how these boat rowers handle the slight little wave just over this chop.
Big day down here for the Trig Island Surf Club. We are at City of Perth today. We're down at City Beach. For those of you who are watching at home on mybeach.com.au, hope you're enjoying all the action. All our action from the competition cameras, live commentary provided on the ground from Grant True and from Simon Beaumont. We'll catch up with Reece Baker in just a moment. It's all Trig Island today. Truey took out the mixed TAPLIN, taken out the ski legs as well. It is all about Trig Island so far today. But North Cottesloe still to come in the boat cruise, so strong in the boats. If you are watching at home, why not come down? Got an hour or so more of racing to come. Nowhere else you'd rather be, is it true at the moment? Why do you want to go to Phuket and come down to City Beach?
Yeah, look, exactly. Beautiful white sand beaches, some great restaurants down here. Surf lifesaving clubs right around WA. There's some massive developments going on. Scarborough about to move into their new club down at the new foreshore. We've just seen, the City of Perth building, $7.1 million, finished a couple of years ago. We've got, Trig always looking at some developments. We see the Coogee Beach. I was up in the helicopter yesterday, Simon, and we flew over that Coogee Beach Surf Club, and, heaps of people around, lots of the public, and just a massive big building there. Fremantle's 4 or 5 years old, so again, surf lifesaving, not just an important part in water safety, but really important about bringing the community together and creating that focal point for people to enjoy the beach and WA's great coastline.
Yeah, this is the glamour part of surf lifesaving, folks. This is the sport, the competition side. Of course, their main work, their main job is to provide safety in all of our beaches. 32 surf clubs right through WA, from north right through to south, right down to Albany as well. I was down at Secret Harbour Surf Club the other day. Truey dropped in for a flat white coffee, and Secret Harbour growing very strong. 2 clubs up north, Mullaloo and Sorrento, programs, massive junior programs, and we'll see those competitors pushing through. We're already seeing them today, aren't we? And the first 2 rounds of the WA Surf League, with Mullaloo and Sorrento very, very strong as well, taking on the traditional clubs like the City of Perth, like Trig, like Scarborough, the traditional clubs, and Cottesloe, the traditional clubs here in WA. This is a round of the WA Surf League from the City of Perth Surf Club, City Beach Surf Club. Hope you're enjoying all the action here today.
Yes, Simon, so we see the final for the surf boats there. That I think that might be the A final down there. They're kicking off first. So we can see City of Perth, North Cottesloe, City of Perth, North Cottesloe again. So very strong representation from those 2 strong boat clubs. These boaties, not only are they rowing today in the Surf League, but they've also got a round of their normal surf boat league, or their own surf boat league, starting at about 11:30. So a couple of races for them today as warm-up for the main round of the WA Surf Boat League. So looking forward to seeing how they go. These competitors are getting their final orders.
Yeah, so a little bit of a way for the ski guys to contend with as they head out. It won't trouble these experienced guys, but we also see Team Navy down there today as well, the City of Perth Surf Lifesaving Club. So the Team Navy guys well represented, and in the yellow and blue. We'll bring you all the action from our competition cameras very shortly, the overhead drone. Today being round 2, this is all about Trig Surf Club today. They're having a very, very good day. City of Perth have taken out the female beach sprint. Sorrento have taken out the male beach sprint. City of Perth have taken out the board. All in readiness down there on the beach tree. Let's hope our microphones work, but here we go.
Yeah, so look, they're just in the starters' hands. Check Robbie Summerford just calling them back a little bit, making sure they're all in line. The competitors are welcome to start the check starter. They can't start in front, so again, that flag, the green and yellow flag, that's up as these clubs are just getting themselves settled on that. So we'll see them underway very soon in the first of the surf boat finals for today.
As Truey's Northcott's strong in the surf boats, the magnificent J crew, of course, won 5 or 6 national titles in a row, and always well represented, very strong and proud surf boat club. The Northcott guys took out 1, 2, 3, as Grant True said, in round 1. And they are about to hit the course, make their way out for the grand final of the ski surf, of the surf boats. Here we go.
That's right, Simon. So again, the check starter just getting themselves organised See the starter there really high up on that starter's podium to get a really good view of the surf that's coming. So they want all these crews to have an even start and an equal opportunity. So the swell is just a little bit bigger to the south or the left of the course today. So we'll see how those that City and Northcote crew go through that. But again, whatever gets them on the way out, they're going to get a little bit of an advantage on the way in. So still just finding the straight line, and really important for the starter there to make sure that everyone does get a clean start. So don't forget, you can grab yourself a coffee up at the galley inside the surf club. They've got some food going, and we'll see presentations there later on today.
All right, so we have a start in the grand final of the ski boats. The boats are away. We see the girls getting themselves in position down here for the beach flags as well. It's the final competitor coming in from Cottesloe. And True, how are they looking?
Yeah, so look, the two Northcote crews off to the right of the field, they got hit just at the start. So that's Mother Lou and Northcote, but already they're starting to make their way back. So fairly even start. Probably the two Northcote crews in second and third, or that second and third can is, they've probably got the best of the starts there. So unlike the other water events where they all go around the same cans, the boats are a little bigger, 4 oars and a sweep oar just to get tangled up, so they each get their can to turn around. So we're going to see them going out. You can see the red and white right down to the black and white cans out there. That's what they're aiming for. So we're looking forward to seeing these turns. 4 rowers and a sweep. A really good demonstration of team racing when it comes to surf boats.
First of the heats of the beach flags and the girls has been run on one, Cherie, so the eliminations start here at the beach flags. So the girls are underway. The second of our heats go down onto the sand now. The technical start legs. Gabby Murphy is in this leg, the winner of the beach. His gun. They make their turn around the cans now, Cherie, so all the technicalities come into it, and then the big grunt starts on the way back in.
Yeah, absolutely. So Northcote, as we picked, in probably 1 and 2 and 4 at this stage. So closely followed by the two City of Perth crews, and then Mother Lou just completing their turn now. So really good example of technique and teamwork. So as the boat gets to that can, the sweep will call them into it. 5 strokes out, 3 strokes out, and then when they turn, 2 of the rowers actually bury their oars, while the other 2 rowers pull the boat around. So really good opportunity to make up some lost ground if you're technically proficient in that skill, as we see on the way out through the surf and coming in. But Northcote there, dominant performance again in the boats, sitting in 1 and 2. So we'll have to see what happens with this swell and the waves and what difference that might make.
So just a false start here in the second of the women's semis, the heats, or the eliminations at least of the... True, I'll throw back to you. Our friends at home on mybeach.com are watching all the action courtesy of our competition cameras. Here we go.
Yeah, look, that's fantastic. So those watching at home and on the beach, just see the Northcote crews there. They're going to be rowing on to a little bit of wave there. So 1 and 2, we see that sweep. Look at him just egging them on. That rating comes right up. They focus on their catches. They want the nose to drop early. Nothing worse than a late takeoff on one of these big long surf boats with 5 people in there. So good bit of skills there. That bow rower at the front still got to run up and raise the flag. The Northcote in second spot. The other City of Perth crew just getting their nose over on that little wave, so they'll look comfortable for third spot. So a real tough way to finish a surf boat race. Forearms are screaming, legs are burning, and then 1 rower from each crew has to run up and raise that flag. So lots of good fun out there, but spare a thought for these bow rowers having to run up that little travelator. So good points for Northcote there, and looking forward to seeing the big boys row in the A final very soon.
Yeah, nicely called. Grand True calling the action from the ski boats down there. So Northcote finish 1-2, pick up some points. No, Tegan Maffione today, the big gun sprinter from Northcote. She picked up the beach flags and the beach sprint. See, Gabby Murphy has just gone through and dominated the first of her little elimination finals here at the flags. But plenty of action still to come. The first of the boys to go through on the beach flags down here. We'll try and bring you all that action we continue on the ski boat arena down there, True. We'll come back to you in just a moment. But if you're watching at home, our competition cameras are in the air. They're based all around the different arenas today. The main water arena having a little bit of a break while we get our ski boys and girls underway. And plenty of action here on the sand as well in the beach flags. First, the men's eliminations on right.
Yeah, so we're, as we see the beach flags there, Jackson Simmons very strong as expected, looking comfortably through, maybe to the last 3 or 4 at this stage. So the females, the ladies of the surf, they're now getting themselves set on that start line. A really great story there. We saw Jade Mickle and Madeline Thompson go head to head last round. They were neck and way round with just the surf skills of Jade Mickle just getting the better of the day. So just wonder what is also Romy from City of Perth. So she was actually on the feet of those 2 superstar swimmers last round. A bit of a quiet achiever. Even at training, she's never the loudest, but she just gets on, does the hard work. And she's probably a little bit of a dark horse to watch for today.
Second of the eliminations here for the boys' beach flags, and Tommy Nolan right in the middle of the field there as they get underway. Drury, the start of the grand final of the women's swim underway. Your favourites, a couple of ways for the girls to get through. Here we go.
Yeah, look, a few pot hop there. So where normally they might be running all the way out, they're actually just having a few stumbles and going straight into dolphining. So much safer there for them as they duck dive under these waves. And we saw some more competitors eliminated there in the beach flags.
Yeah, Tommy Nolan picks up the flag, no surprises. So Jackson, Simons and Tommy Nolan go through on that round. So plenty of competition, Truey, and the boys in particular. Very, very close, short course, very, very close as we see the arrowhead forming and the girls heading out. It's like a Trig Island cap out there in front, Truey, but they will make their way around the short course format here in the women's grand final swim.
Yeah, so that'd be young Madeline Thompson from Trig Island, second last round. She had a really good swim at last year's state championships, so she's setting the pace at the moment. But I'd say on right on her feet at the moment would be Jade and Romy from City of Perth, and they're probably, like we saw on the board and the ski, probably a few tactics in here. We saw Lachlan Meldrum just sit on Simon Hootgar's wash in the TAPLIN, so good tactics, sign of I suppose an experienced competitor. So yeah, Jade will just be trying to save a little bit of energy there off the wash of Madeline. She's still got the Iron Woman to come, so any bits of energy she can save is going to pay off for her later on.
So Truey reckons there's Maddie Thompson out in front from Trig Island in the women's race today. We see the next of our elimination heats underway here in the beach flag. In front of us here in front of the City of Perth Surf Club. The girls about to make their turn and head back into the beach. The little wave we've got running here at City Beach has made an impact today on some of the fields, particularly on the finishes. We saw all the girls racing for second place in the women's ski today on the one wave. So it will have an impact with having the swim. That's a nice opening leg from Maddie Thompson from Trig Island. This is Trig Island's day so far. Can she get some company? She heads back into the beach.
Yeah, so they've just taken that right-hand turn around that big yellow can. So you can see there, Jade Mickle's probably still close enough to be getting some assistance. Just maybe saving some energy, keeping her head down, letting Madeline do the hard work. And look, Jade's no stranger to big race surf swimming. She's going to be just biding her time there, waiting maybe for halfway in, and like we saw in the ski race, maybe a burst of power through that last bit. So swimmers making their way around that last can. Again, a lot of these swimmers that are out there now, Jade Mickle, Saran Lee, they'll be going around again very soon in the Iron Woman. We've just seen Wes Gould, winner of round 1. He's just getting himself organised. And we see the men just getting their final briefing from the competitors, from the officials, the open surf race.
All right, so the two swimmers in the women's swim making their way back in. You heard Grant True call it with his experienced eye. Maddie Thompson from Trig is there, and I reckon she may have just put a little tiny bit of a gap, maybe a body length there onto Jade Mickle, as we see the next of the ski legs, the boats head out onto their course. So Not far away from what should be a very exciting finish to the women's swim, grand final of the women's swim. Another beach flags elimination has been run and won here on the sand. Wes Gould has just gone past. Wes is one of the stars of round one of the WA Surf League. He's been drafted to Mullaloo this week. So Wesley Gould, who pushed TJ Hendy last time around, is making his way down to the beach. Tommy Nolan picks up another flag. Nice and easy for Tommy Nolan from Northcote. We go back to the women's swim leg now. Very exciting finish coming up, Grand True.
Yeah, well, this surf's going to play another big part in how this turns out. So Wave's just gone under those two leaders in Madeline and Jade. Jade's just made her move now. She's just coming out off the feet of Madeline. Little tiny run there. I don't think this one's going to set up enough, but maybe just enough to push on to. Madeline just not getting her hands over the top. But have a look out the back. This next wave is definitely going to play a big part in who takes out the points today. So it's probably just coming under Jade's feet now. She'll know it's there. Madeline's just looked up. She knows it's there. So just have a look at this surf, ladies and gentlemen. Heads down, kicking. Who can kick the longest? And look at those surf skills from Jade Mickle. She's come from behind on that wave. And another good swim. So 1 and 2 from round one. Same results for this round. Good points there. And some great demonstration of surf skills.
What a great race. Maddie Thompson, give it up for these two guys down the beach. Make some noise for the girls. That was a fantastic race. And Jade Mickle, she wins the board courtesy of some wave skills. Thompson picks up second. Gutsy work from Maddie. She actually took them all on. Race for third on the beach now. Who's it going to be?
Yeah, so Soraya Lee and Rumila from City of Perth. Soraya, the young competitor, just taking out third spot. We'll see her in the Iron Woman again. And I think Romi's a bit of a dark horse. Fourth today. She'll be happy with that. And then we look back to Northcote. Close finish there for the rest of the competitors. And looked at the final boat race and the Iron Man, Iron Woman and flags is going to be so important to these points today. But great race there. Jade Mickle, City of Perth. Madeline Thompson from Trigg Island in first and second.
Just see the five of the surf boats coming in now. Thank you. The surf boats coming in now over on the surf boat arena. So they're heading into there now. So nice work. We can see them lined up on the beach there. There's nice reaction from the crowd there, Trui, wasn't there, down here on the beach? City of Perth guys pretty happy with Jade Mickle. Maddie Thompson still sucking in the big ones down there. She's worked very hard. We're not trying to go off the front. Soraya Lee picks up third for her club as well. So nice. Jade Mickle having a good day.
Look, we've got the open men's surf race swimmers there on the line at the moment. And what a great sight down there. We've got the open men, the fastest swimmers on the coast. And just off to their left, Nippers, the future lifesavers, getting their orders from their age group managers. So off to a start there. Simon Hootengar, Simon Beaumont's favourite person, off on the left in the pink vest. Max Anderson-Loeb, one of the best starts we've seen today, also in a pink vest, so easy to spot those two. He's made an absolute chopped up that sandbank in there. So off to probably a 3 to 4 metre lead already. And there's no way that anyone's actually going to be able to get onto his feet there. Very strong swimmer. He likes to be in open water. Doesn't like the rough and tumble of a real rough surf race, as opposed to Simon Hootengar, who loves it. So very different swimmers out there. But Max Anderson-Loeb, he's going to be hard to beat from here.
A little bit of a cheer goes up from the men's beach flags here. So Tommy Nolan's grabbed himself another flag very shortly. True, would you like to have a chat to Maddie, if you will? We'll just try and locate our camera if we can. Down here on the beach here at City Beach, for those of you watching mybeach.com.au, Grant True is with Maddie Thompson from Trigg Island, who went off the front there, True, and the wave at the end. Way to you.
Yeah, so Madeline, another great swim. We saw you and Jade almost developing a bit of a battle there. So round one, 1 and 2, and again, you girls were out in front.
Yeah, it's really good having Jade always push me every carnival, just trying my best and improving each time.
And look, we saw her just get a slight little advantage last time by getting to her feet early. That time a wave came. You must be excited about how fast you're swimming, and looking forward to getting a little bit of luck in maybe round 3.
Yeah, it's good coming off a bit of a Christmas break and only going just back into training. So yeah, it's good.
And you Aussies in Perth this year. You are looking forward to that?
Yeah, it's really good to be racing on home ground. Just get as much experience in racing before then. So I smash it out then.
Very good. Well, you're a superstar swimmer, and we look forward to seeing you in round 3 and then at the Australian Championships later on the year. Well done.
Yeah, well done, True. Well done, Maddie. Yeah, absolutely spent there too. True, wasn't she, at the finish? The girls go through, and Gabby Murphy is racing beautifully. He's not even bothering diving at this stage. So racing beautifully from City of Perth in the beach flags. The winner of the women's swim today and of the board is Jade Mickle. She joins me now. Jade, well done. How was that?
Yeah, it was good. It's a long course today, but it was good swimming. Good.
So the tactic to try and stay with Maddie, she went off the front, didn't she? And she's a strong girl. That was her tactic, to go off the front, but you managed to get a wave at the end.
Yeah, I had a pretty shocking start and the girls got in front, but I just tried to stay on her feet and come through at the end, and luckily I got that wave.
Yeah, well, it seems that you have a lot of luck in the surf. I think that's all part of your surf skills. So picked up some points today for the City of Perth as we see your fellow club members, the sprinters, make their way for the beach flag. But you've, Trigger, having a big day today, but you've managed to pick up a couple of firsts as well.
Yeah, it's good. We have great teams at City, especially on the beach. Those girls are doing amazing. And the boys as well. Everyone put together. Hopefully we come through with a good result.
So Iron Woman not far away. How are you feeling? How's the recovery?
Yeah, good. I mean, that was a long swim, so just warming up and getting ready for the big one at the end.
Thank you, Jade Mickle. Well done.
Thank you.
Jade Mickle, who wins the swim. We'll go back to you, True, to have a look. Tommy Nolan has picked up a pole. So the two boys from North Cottesloe, looks like they go through to the final. True, back to the swim.
Yeah, so currently from where we can see, Max Anderson-Loke from City of Perth, he led from the start and he's still holding that lead. But look, we've got Simon Hootengar as we expected. He's just made a move. And Jack Wilson from Mullaloo, I think he might be just sitting in second or third place at the moment. So Max Anderson-Loke out in front. Simon Hootengar, I think, in second position. Look for him to make a move soon. As I mentioned, more of an endurance swimmer. And then we look back to Jack Wilson from Mullaloo. So this is going to be another very tight finish.
What's the waves doing, True? We need a wave, do we? What's the waves doing out there?
Yeah, so this first wave, not enough for them at this stage, but look, they might just get a bit of an advantage from kicking on. But wave out the back, here we go. This is still not over for third, fourth position at this stage. So Simon Hootengar, he stood up first, Max Anderson-Loke, and Jack Wilson, he's going to get out a little wave here. So 1, 2 and 3, who's got the strongest kick? The heads go down. They've still got a little bit to go as they make this way into this trough.
Hootengar takes that right into the sand tree. His nose is scraped. It's going to take out the swim.
Yeah, fantastic swim there. Lots of experience. Simon Hootengar there in first place. Jack Wilson across the line. And look, we hadn't called him all race, but Andrew Donaldson in third position. So Max Anderson-Loke led early, but just got overtaken by those strong swimmers on the day.
Great response from our clubs here on the beach, Shrewey. They absolutely love seeing the guys on a wave. Hootengar actually stood up, Shrewey, and walked a couple of steps backwards to get onto that wave. He stood up and went back onto the course. Took about 5 steps backwards to make sure he got the wave. He surfed right until his face was on the sand, I reckon. Surfed it right to the maximum, and Simon Hootengar finds himself in first after the swim unofficially, and that's a big win for the big fella. My favourite, as you mentioned, not sure who your favourite person is. We'll find that out in just a minute, I reckon. But well done to Hootengar in the City of Perth. Crowd right into this now, Tree. This is round 2, WA Surf League.
Yeah, so fantastic bit of surf skills there as we see the open men in the A final. They're getting themselves set, so as we expected, once again, North Cottesloe in 3 boats in this final. City of Perth back in the final. I don't think they had any male boat crews in the final last time, and they're again joined by Mullaloo. So pretty much a copycat of the female final as we see them get off to this little bit of nice clean start there. The City of Perth crew there in that red boat, probably the best, but look to the far right, the 2 North Cock crews, absolute flyer off the beach, and they're going to be very hard to peg back here. So big, strong rowers. These guys know that there are massive points on for them to make a run for the day.
Yeah, thanks, True. I might get you to have a chat to Simon Hootengar in just a moment if we can grab him, because that's a big win for him. We see another elimination in the women's beach flags. In the middle of the field, Gabby Murphy gets up ever so slightly slowly, and that's Gabby's first dive of the beach flags. And you see Brett Slocum and Lee Buchan, the coaches from City of Perth, nodding their head. They're pretty happy with all of that. surf boats out on their course for a final. True will catch up with S. Hootengard from City of Perth in just a moment. So the red, white and black of the City of Perth girls well represented there. I'm just getting a couple of technical coaches from the team. We have all the athletes in the Iron Woman. Can you please make your way over to marshalling? All athletes in Iron Woman, make your way over to marshalling. We'll get you over there in just a moment. Grant True is with Simon Hootengard. He's won the swim today, courtesy of a big wave.
Yeah, Hoots, fantastic swim there. We saw you do a really good swim in the Taplin. You just waited and waited and then you move. That time, you move on that wave. How are the conditions?
Yeah, it's actually quite good. And racing in Northcott, a bit of a wave, a bit of a bank. That sea breeze kind of starting to swing in a little bit. It makes it so much more interesting and a bit more difficult.
Yeah, so look, tell us what you're thinking when you pull onto a wave like that, knowing that the two other really good swimmers there are right on your hip.
Just hold it as long until you hit the sand and go. I knew one of them is probably not so good at what he's okay. Didn't know about the other one, but I know I can hold the waves pretty well. Just had to hold it strong and then get up and go.
So you're obviously talking about one of your mates. Yeah, not as good on the surf, but really good obviously in the flat water. So well done, and also congratulations. We mentioned a lot of love in the air at the moment, engaged over Christmas. You've obviously got a big year. What international events have you got on this year?
We got nationals in 3 weeks, and that's the first round of selections. If that goes well, then there's a race in the Middle East in March. I think that's the week before States. And then there's a couple more World Cups, one in Hungary and one in Portugal in May, about a week apart. And then I'm not sure after that. This is in Japan. So if everything goes well, that's what it'll be.
Simon, you've got a big year. Well done, taking out round 2 of the Surf League. And good luck for all those races.
Yeah, well done, True. Simon Hootengard, my favourite person.
Okay, so Simon, we've just come down to the finish there of the boats. Once again, Northcott 1 and 2, extremely strong. So maximum points for them again, and they might have actually got into 3rd. So look, we saw them get 1st, 2nd, 3rd in round 1. We've just seen them do it again. So very happy club down there, very happy boat section. And the 2 City of Perth crews into 4th and 5th today. So Northcott making a big run for those points at the last moment. So into the final 4 for the beach flags now. The men are down to the final 4 as well. So we've got Sydney Rafferty there from Sorrento. She did really well last time, got 3rd. So she'll be looking forward to going a little bit higher up. Gab Murphy was 2nd last round at Tegan. And we've also got, who else is in there today? So Megan Slattery not through to the final. Holly Knock as well. And I would suggest that's Anna Spears from North Cottesloe into the top 4. So still some points on offer there as we see these competitors just getting their final commands from the starters.
Yeah, just go down.
All right, so another elimination, and Gabby Murphy gets to stay without a dive. So the City of Perth girls well represented. Well done to Hootengard. S. Hootengard having a good day today. Not doing Ironman racing. Just to let us know, True, this for the people watching at home, the surf life-saving fans at home, gets engaged on Christmas Day, Simon Hootengard. Next day in the pool, 24 400s in the pool. How about that? That's a nice little post-engagement Boxing Day present, isn't it? 24 400s in the pool for Simon Hootengard and the team.
Yeah, look, that's definitely one way to get rid of some Christmas turkey, is to smash that set out. So, look, open men flags now. We've got Tom Nolan, obviously, on the bottom of the beach. Jackson Simmons, always up there at the Australian Championships. Will host from Trig Island, did really well last round. He got 4th. And then we look to Sam Burke from the 2nd Northcott. So Northcott still pulling some points here. as we mentioned, late run with the boats at flag. So let's see how these guys go. My tip, obviously you can't go past Jackson Simmons and Tom Nolan. Explosive start there, and just have a look at Tom Nolan. Gets up nice and early. He might have just blocked out Jackson there, and that's a big, big upset there. Tom Nolan using all his tactics just to get in front, and Jackson Simmons, he'll be going home without a medal today. So big upset there. Really good way for some more points for Northcott, and we'll host coming into the final as well. So Jackson Simmons took out the sprint. He's not going to be doing the double today.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a smile on his face though. He was there or thereabouts. He thought the beach flags might test him a bit more. The 90 metres was his go today. Jacko takes a seat. Jacko Simons from Sorrento. All right, 2 City of Perth cap in this one. Northcott are slow as well. So Gabby Murphy on the top of the course. From the City of Perth.
So Gabby at the top, Holly's in the middle, and Anna Spears from Northcott at the bottom. So she obviously trains with Tegan, so she's got some really good training partners there. So going to be very close, and we'll leave it to the judges. Big explosive start there. Look how fast Gabby is getting around. Holly just took a bit of a tumble, and it looks like it's going to be Gabby and Anna into the final. So as you can see, no room for mistakes, no room for errors, and great running there. So really good final coming up for the ladies.
Yeah, well done to Gabby. She's gone through these eliminations, hasn't had to dive a lot, so she's just been coasting through. So powerful, she's so technically strong. Holly, big smile when she finishes today, gets the high five from Brett Slocum. But we go now to the elimination now, the big elimination between these top 3, One Trig to Northcott on the line.
Yeah, so Tom Nolan really controlling that last race, just dictating to the rest on who he wants to be racing for third. So up against his teammate Sam there on the right, and we'll host very, very fast, strong, powerful beach flagger from Trig Island. So Tom Nolan in the middle. Let's see what he can do, and just if he can stamp his authority again on this race.
If it feels good, you'll give it like positive for you to keep going. Obviously the idea would be to race, but it's not an option. So just
Big start there. Nolan straight up in front. Sam a little stumble, but we'll host there, just getting shut out there. So Northcott are going into the finals 1 and 2. Great running there by Sam, by Will from Trig Island. Pretty tough competitors when you're up against Australian medalists. So well done to that, and Northcott will be fighting this out for 1 and 2.
Tom Nolan showing all of his experience there. For those of you watching at home, Tommy Nolan looking around as he was running there, Truey, having a look where the other competitors were, and just moved himself on around the course. Plenty in reserve there for Tommy Nolan, plenty of experience. Northcott 1-2. Here is the final of the women's beach flags. Here we go.
So yeah, Anna Spears on the left, Gabrielle Murphy on the right. City of the Northcott going head-to-head like last time, but this time Egan's not there. So let's see who can get this start sorted. Very quick start, spins around. Anna Spears just getting shut out a little bit, and Gab Murphy, first time she's had to dive all day, getting a little bit of sand on the knees. So a really good run there to take out round 2 of the WA Surf League.
Pretty dominant, wasn't it? A dominant performance. Well done to Anna as well. Big hand for Anna, everyone, if you're down here on the beach. Anna Spears from Northcott, that's great work from her. And well done to Gabby, who goes the double, the big beach flag beach sprint double here today for round 2 of the WA Surf League. We are not far away from the start of the Iron Woman. They're down there on the start line. True, who do you like in this one? Jade Mickle having a very big day, isn't she?
Yeah, so look, Jade Mickle, she's done really well in the board and the swim. We're going to see the men lining up soon, so all male Ironmen, if they can make their way down. But we saw last round, we saw Jade Mickle, and now we're looking to the final for the flag. So Sam and Tom, good mates, Northcott, training partners, and this is going to be a run-off to see who gets maximum points.
A little chat on the start line, here we go. And they're up, massive turn from Tommy Nolan, head down, there he goes. Dominant performance from Tommy Nolan. Give it up for the boys, great sprinting there, very, very strong, the 2 guns from Northcott. Finish off the final. How quick does Tommy Nolan get off that sand tree? He just spins, head down, he's away. No tactics there, just straight for the flag.
Yeah, look, we're standing down here and we're probably 3 or 4 metres away from the start line. By the time he ran past us, he already had a metre lead, so really hard to come back from that. But what Sam did do is he kept trying and actually tried to dive just in under Tom at that finish. So you can't take the heat off at any point, how quick these guys are. But Tom, dominant performance again, backing up from a second in round 1. So ladies Ironman on soon. And I think we're going to hear from the winners of the male and female flags very soon.
Gabby Murphy, can you come down and have a chat to us, Gab, down here with the camera? Thank you. For those of you watching at mybeach.com.au, hope you're enjoying all the action, our competition cameras and our live commentary on the beach. Nice big crowd. This is the WA Surf League, all final, mostly finals today, the bigger hitters of surf. We're going to our final couple of events now. A big double for this young lady today from the city of Perth. She gets through the beach sprint with a win, picks points for a club, wins the beach flags as well. How was that, Gabby?
Yeah, that was good. I was feeling really good, so shame Tegan wasn't here. I'd like to race her, but yeah, great field, and it's really nice to have a few of my teammates in the flags. Haven't had for a while.
Yeah, coaches are pretty happy with you guys. So you and Anna in that final. I've seen and noticed you must have been feeling good. You didn't have to dive a lot going through the eliminations, but just up and about in that last one, wasn't it?
No, always good to have a dive at the end, but yeah, I was not going to take any risks because she's a very good flagger and she'd come in at the side.
Well done today, Gabby. Now, Gabby, you picked up some points for the city of Perth. The crowd pretty excited today. Jade Mickle's going well out on the water as well, isn't she?
Yeah, all the water people seem to sound like they're doing really well, so very exciting. Hope City is getting lots of points and we can place again. It'll be really good.
Yeah, we're sitting in second going in today, but Trigger picked up some early points, so it's going to be very exciting at the presentation. Thank you, Gabby. Well done today.
Well, thank you. Hope everyone comes up to the club after.
Thanks, Gabby. A little pitch for the club. Gabby Murphy, very good today. And Lee Buchan, the legendary Lee Buchan, the coach, and Brett Slocum, pretty happy with their team today. Well done to Anna Spears as well from Norcott. Very gracious acknowledgement of her work today from Gabby.
Yeah, real good member down here at City of Perth. Club captain as well, so doing a lot off the beach as well. But all attention back now to the final female race for today. We've mentioned Jade Mickle, she's going to be strong. Soraya Lee from Mullaloo, the young lady who did a really good race last year in second spot. Christy Higgins from Surfers Paradise, so she's over here. Last time we had the superstar TJ Hendy. He was racing as an invitational. This time Christy's racing from Surfers Paradise. So she's been down mucking around with the nippers, having fun, teaching them some skills. Now we're going to see her on the line in the open Iron Woman race. So watch out for her. This will be a real good test for Jade to see just where she's at on a national level.
So, folks, the second round of the WA Surf League, or WA Surf League at City of Perth Surf Club. City Beach is the beautiful venue today. This lightly blowing offshore, around about 28, 30 degrees. Absolutely perfect. You can hear the starter's gun in the background there for the start of the women's Ironman, and they are away in the water now. So we'll keep probably watching our pictures from our drone, overhead drone. A little bit of a wave coming through for the competitors early on. And the girls up on their knees and stroking powerfully out to the apex of the course. These events go really fast, Drew. You've only got 2 to go. This one and the men's Ironman. Then we're up having a little cup of coffee or a little cold drink a bit later on.
Yeah, absolutely. So almost at the end. I mentioned about the points before. Been doing some maths in my head. I think it is going to come down to these last races. So we saw in that Iron Woman race, the waves didn't actually give anyone an advantage. If anything, it just held back the leaders that got the good start a little bit. So this is going to be a real tough board paddle. We're probably going to see Soraya. She's going to come through on the swim later on. Jade Mickle and Christy Higgins from Surfers Paradise. They're going to be the ones to watch in the board. But no advantage at this stage. But I'm sure these waves and the transition, let's not forget about the transition as an important part of any Ironman race.
So the women are in the water now. This is the board paddle. They'll make their way back to the beach here. Only 2 events to go. If you're down here near the finish line today, get right behind athletes, your clubbies down here for this. It's going to be close today. Going into today, North Cottesloe were leading the WA Surf League after round 1. Trig Island in third and City of Perth in second. and Tree reckons it's going to come down today. Trig have taken a lot of early points. North Cottesloe have pushed back in the beach flags and in the surf boats, but City of Perth thereabouts as well. So these last two events, all important.
Yeah, absolutely. So the ladies just making their way around that final can in the board. And as expected, Christy and Jade 1 and 2 at this stage. But again, we've seen the surf play a major role today. We've seen it in the ski. We've seen it even in the finishes of some of the boats. And we've also seen, particularly in the surf race, we saw Simon Hootengar come from hold a very good wave to take out the win. We saw it play a role in the surf race. So let's look out for this surf. Probably another 30 or 40 strokes to go. And then we're going to see these ladies catch a wave and run around the back of the course.
You are watching at home on mybeach.com.au. This is round 2 of a 3-event series. We'll be up at Sorrento in February. We look forward to your company then. I hope you're enjoying all the action at home wherever you are. The surf fans around the place. We'll go back to Grant True, call the conclusion of the first of the legs here in the women's Ironman. So we'll see the girls coming in now. Expects to be dominated by Jade Mickle and Kirsty and others out there in the field. We'll be back to you.
Yeah, so a little tiny wave here. We can just see Jade and not sure who that is from Trig Island. Just catch up to Christy there. So 1, 2 and 3 very close up the beach. Just watch them run around these orange flags. And it's Jade Mickle coming out in the lead. So the board, not one of her strongest, but she's heading onto the ski. Definitely a strong surf swimmer. So at this stage, if she can stay up around that lead group, that final surf race is going to be all important.
All right, Soraya Lee goes around as well, one of the guns. She'll swim well. Jade Mickle, very, very accomplished, very, very strong. This is the Iron Woman event, thanks to Bob Welsh. So this is the Iron Woman event, the penultimate event here at round 2 of the WA Surf League. 2 ski paddlers have got away there. We can see Jade Mickle, very strong, isn't she, Tree? Right, very strong through transition, real professional approach to her racing these days.
Yeah, so just have a look at Makara from Trig Island there. She's come right onto her wash, but Jade knew that was going to happen, so she's put in a real big effort off that shore and the transition, just to make sure that there's no chance of her jumping onto her wash. So she's definitely broken that elastic that we talk about when we're trying to drag or draft off someone. So she's now not giving any advantage to those competitors. So well placed for her strongest leg to swim coming up. Kirsty just coming back now up onto Makara. So second and third, they're breathing down her neck. But let's just wait and see again if this surf has anything to say about the final results.
Nice crowd gathering down here at City Beach to watch their teammates go through. As Grant True called it, these points will be all important today. Trig have made a lot of caught a lot of points today. North Cottesloe in the boats and on the flags have picked up some points as well, and Trig have had a big day also. So game on here for round 2 of the WA Surf League, as we see the girls out on the ski leg now. The other thing too, True, when the swim leg is last, you can be a good swimmer, but you've got to be able to swim when you're tired, don't you? So your stroke's got to hold up, training's everything here, and the will to win so important when you're tired in that final swim leg.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, a good example of that was a few years ago. Simon Hootengar won a state Ironman championships by going into the swim. I think he was in about 3rd or 4th spot, and he actually swam through the entire field and took out that win. Endurance athlete, and that swim, just that ability to be able to grind it out in that last swim is so important. Once you get tired in the swim, your legs drop, your stroke technique goes out of balance, and you really do start almost going backwards. So again, being able to swim in the last leg, it's so different to the ski and the board, is a real big advantage. And we're going to see that come to play with Jade swimming later on, but just have a look, Makara and Kirsty right on her tail at the moment.
You can see the drone getting our shot from our cameras out there as the girls come back from the apex now. So race in 3, we reckon at the head of the field here. And you can see the 3 girls reasonably close together as they make their way back into the wave zone, and the drone over the field here. This is the penultimate event, the second last event on our program here today before we head up for presentations. Points all important, and just trying to get a couple of little runs, these girls here. Jade Mickle on the northern part of the course, but we got some action coming up from 3rd place there, Chewy.
Yeah, look, Kirsty went into that in 3rd spot, and she's come right up onto Jade's wash there. So a little wave here. Look, Jade's just going to have to push real hard to get her nose over this. Well done. Let's see what this backwash can do to make any difference. But no backwash at this stage. These two girls have just put a bit of a lead on Makara there. So they get to just suck in the big breaths there. They know they've got a big sprint and then a swim to go. So they'll be thinking about what's next and thinking about what tactics we're going to use into this final swim leg.
Let's get right behind these guys. This is they're up for points here, all important points. Jade Mickle goes round in a second, gets the goggles on early, gets herself sorted. So they go around now, and Trig Island coming through in third. So very exciting. Big crowd down here on the beach, folks. Make some noise for your team. Here we go.
Yeah, that's right. So Makara from Trig Island there. She's, I think, more of a craft specialist from what I've seen today. So Kira from City of Perth may be able to peg back a little bit there into third spot. But out the front at the moment, Jade Mickle, no stranger to competing on a national stage, and Kirsty Higgins from Surfers Paradise on the Gold Coast. So well-tested competitors. We see Soraya Lee coming through now, as well as Ruby Warren from Trig Island. So the second competitor there. And then Sophie Lloyd from Cottesloe did a really good ski paddle there, actually. Came up through the field and has set herself up well in sixth position.
Yeah, so see Soraya Lee going now. She picked up fourth in the open swim today, so Soraya Lee goes into the wave zone now. But Jade Mickle now starting to stroke out very strongly. So this is a really good race. And Jade Mickle, she's picked up the board event today. She's picked up the ski event, but she's got company there, Tree. And she, the other swimmer, is starting to take just half a body length out from her. Watch out for when they make the turn, though. As we said, the strong swimmers, the people with plenty of training, kilometres in the arms and legs, all important as they head back in from that final turn. If you're down here on the beach today, make some noise for your club, make some noise for your team. Second last event of our program here, race round 2, WA Surf League.
Yeah, so Simon, I mentioned before that, you know, Jade and Kirsty, they might just be eyeing each other off at this stage, just keeping pace with each other, not using up too much energy for that final sprint. But if they don't get a move on, Makara from Trig Island, she's actually going to catch them. She's probably put about half the distance, half that gap there. So she's moving up into third spot. These two ladies out in front, they're going to need to pay attention to what's going on, or it could be a very interesting finish there. So still 1 and 2 out in the lead. Just keep an eye on Makara. She's got a much better course, a much better line to that first can. So this is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, sure will be. Let's get behind these guys. If you're watching at home, you can probably see from the overhead shots there, those girls lock together stroke for stroke as they head out to the can for the final time, make their way around the top of the course. Jade Mickle has company out there, so points needed for the City of Perth, no doubt about that. Picked up some, Gabby Murphy, who was beautiful on the stand today, so she's picked up some points in the beach flag event and the beach sprint event as well. They make their turn now. All about will to win. They make that little correction on the course there, Truey, just heading left in the drift there. Just push a little bit north on the course. So they make the correction now and they go around the can at the top of the course.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that is Jade's just come in nice tight right-hand turn there, just to give herself a little bit. Kirsty's just sitting on her hip, which will be a little bit uncomfortable for Jade. It does actually drag you back a little bit. But Makara's done a fantastic swim there. As I said, she's probably half that distance that she's got to make up. But these two competitors now, Kirsty and Jade, going head-to-head. They're dead level again around this last can. And it's actually quite a long swim today. We see the board can not too far out and the ski can not too far out. So bit of a longer swim today. Maybe that helps Simon Hoongar. Maybe that's going to help Jade Mickle today in this final leg of the Open Ironwoman.
Or will it be decided by a wave, as so many of our events have been today? We see the women's surf boats make their turn at the top of the course and head back in to City Beach here. Beautiful day, isn't it, True? The easterly still in, 30 degrees, wind starting to swing around to the south and eventually the southwest, so magnificent day. If you're watching us at home anywhere on mybeach.com.au, hope you're enjoying all the action from our competition cameras and down here on the beach. Grant True, Simon Beaumont with you. This is the exciting conclusion of the Iron Woman final as the girls head into the beach. And all go now, True. They will be aware, of course, that a wave decided the final of the men's swim, as it has all day today. And we see a race in 2 at the head of the field here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see just how Jade plays this bank again. So we saw her hold on to that wave. The tide is continuing to go out, which is going to play out so that you can actually catch a wave and maybe stand up on the bank. There's still that little inside trough, So we'll have to see how Kirsty goes with that final run across the bank. But as you mentioned, waves will play a difference today. Makara from Trig Island, have a look at, she's actually gone up onto their, almost onto their feet. And if these girls don't watch out, they're going to have a race not just for 1 and 2, but for 1, 2 and 3.
Very, very strong, trying to go off the front there with Jade Mickle now tucking in definitely on the feet. So that's a big run from home from our race leader there in the Iron Woman. As you say, third, just trying to get onto the feet and trying to get a wave. But if you're down here on the beach today, get behind. This is a very exciting conclusion of the Iron Woman race today. They come back into this little wave zone here today. You can see the current really running, the drift running left to right, can't you, Truey? That's what caused some of the dramas on the way out, but they are making their way in and out and heading into the sand now. Bit of a wave starting to form.
Yes, a little wave. That's not going to give them much of an advantage, but there is a wave coming. So this is going to come down to another wave. It's probably not going to sit up enough for Makara. It will sit up for Kirsty and Jade. So they've both seen it, sucking in some deep breaths. Let's have a look how they go. Heads down, they'll put those hands out, and they'll start kicking like mad. Absolute kick, 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 kick. Trying to milk everything. Jade Mickle, she's milked that all the way to the shore. She's still got probably a metre on Kirsty there, but have a look at that. Great swimming there, great surf skills from the hometown competitor. Jade Mickle, she's doing fantastically today. 3 from 3, and I'd say she'll take out this Open Iron Woman.
Big smile on the place of Kirsty in second there. What about Jade Mickle, folks? She's taken out 3 first places today, all in the wave zone after being in second. She is a great surf skill competitor, isn't she? And surfs all the way into the beach there. So Trig Island will pick up 4th. Jade Mickle takes out the women's Iron Woman. Very, very exciting. The crowd love it when there's a wave involved as well. All of these points matter here, folks, to get behind your competitors from your club as they head in. It's a very important couple of races for Line Honours today, with a couple of the big hitters being out for Northcott. And all of these points will count towards the WA Surf League tally. Let's get behind these guys. Let's go.
Yes, absolutely. So still some waves coming in. We still see Ruby Warren from Trig Island. She'll come into 4th position there, so really good swim actually. And Saray Lee, we mentioned her before, strong swimmer. So another good race there for that young competitor from Motherloo. So we mentioned the points before. Stay tuned, we're going to have the results straight after the Ironman race up at the Surf Club in the galley. So just walk past the big Metro Motors red car there. And into the Surf Club for the results as soon as the Ironman race is finished. So one more race to go. Points are still close, I'm told. So we'll have to see what happens in this Ironman race. So lots more action to come. Final race coming up very soon.
Yeah, so Jade Mickle's taken out 3 events today. She has dominated proceedings today, but when you consider all of her races have been won in the wave zone today, very, very savvy in the surf. Let's get behind our competitors. They come in picking up points for their club.
We just see Rachel there coming through from Northcott. She's more accustomed to swimming to Rottnest of all things. So when she's got nothing to do, she swims to Rottnest once a year as part of the race. So she's been away for her birthday, I believe, back in the pool now for the race in a few months. But so ski and board skills maybe not down, but swimming definitely strong.
Yeah, so well done to Rachel, and good support for all of the athletes as they finish. Let's bring them in, folks. And we are about to go underway with our final program. All of these points count for your club. And the City of Perth competitor heading around the can for the final run to the line. I'll try and catch up with Kirsty Higgins because she very courageously took that race out from the front, Truey, and Jade Mickle just hung back and waited for the wave zone today. Men's Ironman to get underway. No Simon Hootengaard today, folks, in a massive training block at the moment for his international and national swim commitments. We're on the start line, final event of the program. Give a big cheer to the boys as they head out.
So yeah, a really good start there again. Now all in a line across that little inside trough. No waves to speak of at this stage to cause any issues. But I think that's Tom Gallagher there on that yellow board with the red nose out to an early lead. And then I think down to the right in Trig Island. So that might be Kent Jenkinson, I think, racing today. Very, very good swimmer. So he'd be happy with that really strong start. Wes Berg with those blue bathers on. He's also off to a really good start. So he took the lead last week last round, really took it up to TJ Hendy, who had just won one of the national rounds. So in good form, Wes Gould, and I'm sure he's going to be right up there when we get to the points races.
Well, those of you who are watching at home, we're down here on the beach today. Wes Gould race has been drafted in or transferred into Mullaloo today, Truey. So he has recently joined the Burleigh Surf Club. So still being coached by Andrew Mosel over here in Western Australia. But he's made the move over to the East Coast and being looked after well by the Burleigh Club. Wes Gould out there in front at the moment. Raced beautifully, didn't he? Raced round one of the absolute stars of the day. As you say, took it up to Hendy, right to the line. Real competitor, isn't he? Loves the competition, loves being tested and challenged. But Wes Gould down on his stomach now as he goes through the course, racing for the Mullaloo team today. Wesley Gould, one of the stars of the WA Surf League.
Yeah, look, Wes, and when we spoke to him after his win last round from Mullaloo, yes, he is a fantastic competitor and, you know, a super athlete. But again, you just couldn't get past how much he really wanted to see the younger crew coming through. He spoke of, you know, helping out with the nippers and making sure that the nippers have every access to, you know, really good age group managers and coaches. And again, a well-rounded young man. And it is actually good to see him out in front. So he's still out in front. Tom Gallagher in second position. And I'm expecting some big things. I think from Ben Jones is out there today from Trigg Island. So he'll be wanting to improve from last round. So let's see how he goes. Halfway in on the board, and they'll be starting to think about this wave zone and the ski.
Well, quite clear from that little rap there that Wesley Gould is Grant True's favourite person in the world. You reckon Simon Hootengar's mine? I reckon Tegan Mafscioni, the sprinter from Northcote, she's a ripper as well. We talk about these guys and what they put back into the club as we see the first of the athletes come in there now. So Wesley Gould on the northern side of our course. They come into the wave zone here, Truey, and the transition is all important for our athletes today as they make their way onto the sand for the first time.
Yeah, look, some good waves just coming out the back and a little bit of a stumble. So the rest of the pack are through. Tom Gallagher, he's just held that wave. Wes Gould actually nosedived. So we then look back to Ben Jones in third position, and then young Ethan Jackson in there in fourth position. So the board's very strong. Tom Gallagher and Ethan on the board. Wes Gould loves the board. So we're going to have to see who's the strongest on the ski. And I'd say it's probably Ben Jones from Trigg Island at this stage.
Yes, a lot of new faces, a bit of a changing in the guard in Ironman racing here in WA, isn't it, True? To see Wes Gould there and to not see some of the guns of years gone by, but they get through that little wave okay. Now the City of Perth competitor, Tom Gallagher, gets through that wave after getting smashed head on. So I'm sure you can see from our overhead shots on mybeach.com.au, you can see the boys going out very, very powerfully, absolutely smoking through this course. So Wesley Gould, one to watch, of course. Such a good race in round one, but absolute game on here. Tommy Gallagher looks very, very strong. The amount of power he generated off the beach there, Truey, I think he's in good nick and he's racing within himself. And all these boys know from watching all the racing today, the wave at the end, all important.
Yeah, absolutely. So the wave and the wave on the way out. So we just saw those top three competitors. So Tom, Wes and Ben. So something about having three letters in your name today for the Ironman. But look, they've sprinted out and you can see what a little bit of effort can do to the rest of the field. So they've got about a 20-metre lead now. They're sitting as a pack. I think they're actually just starting to realise that Ben Jones is quite a good ski paddler and they might just be sitting on his watch. So Wes Gould and Tommy Gallagher just biding their time, waiting for that final swim.
It is amazing when you watch a lot of surf racing, as you've done and I've done over the years. It's amazing how often the guys talk about being lucky in the surf, and it's not, is it? I mean, they get it there. Often if you get into the wave zone and you're everyone's tired, everyone's heart rate's pretty high. Yes, it is luck, but it's also about training, having a fair bit of experience as well. So the harder you work, the luckier you get, I reckon, in surf racing. We've got a race in three out there, Truey. The three boys go around the turn, make their way back in. We've got that little bit of a drift. It'll come down to the swim leg again today, mate, I reckon.
Yeah, looking at Will, and you mentioned the luck before. So, you know, Trevor Hendy, TJ's dad, when he was racing, not only could he eat 14 Weetabix for breakfast, but he also used to say that the harder he trained, the luckier he got. So these guys know that. You know, we saw Jade Mickle get some really good waves in the surf, and she trains in the surf all the time. So again, you know, these competitors, they'll know that. They'll know they need to be switched on. They know they need to think. You can't just turn off in these races. It's not like a kayaking race or a pool race where you can just be a machine and just grind it out. You've got to be thinking, where are my competitors? Whose wash can I get on? What's coming up in the surf zone? What am I going to do on the next leg? So it's not just about the body in this race, it's about the mind. And these competitors will be starting to play a game of chess as they make their way in on the board, on the ski.
Right, here they come now. They come into that little wave section now here at the City Beach. So a little bit of a march being stolen. We can see the three guys, just a little bit of a gap opening up on third there, Tree, but they come into the wave zone now. So I reckon you've got the guys from, just as they come in now. So Trig Island well represented there again, Truey. And your man Gallagher comes through and hops off the board. Now looks very, very strong, Tom Gallagher, as he stands up.
Yeah, so look, Tom's not a known ski paddler. Very good swimmer. We saw him do well on the board before. Ben Jones, great ski. And they've actually put a bit of distance on Wes. And have a look in fourth position, Glenn Eldon. He's about 46 years old. I think it was 1993. He won his last state Ironman championships. And that's a fantastic effort. Have a look at the young guys that he's just towed up in that ski race. And he's going to be right onto Wes Gould's feet. So Glenn Eldon, big mover there in the ski. But we'll have to see how he finishes up in the board. So Tom Gallagher and Ben Jones in the swim there too.
Ben Jones had a great ski leg there, hasn't he? He's put a bit of a gap. You can see the blue jammers there of Wes Gould just diving through the waves. So a little bit annoyed with himself, Wes, as he stood up. Wesley Gould racing Mullo today. Ben Jones gets on the feet of Tommy Gallagher. Tommy Gallagher's looked fantastic today, True. He looked very, very strong in this event. All the teams down watching the final competitors through. Glenn Eldon's had a ripper, finds himself in fourth spot. Look at Wes Gould working so hard to try and get onto the feet of Ben Jones in second. So Trigg in second, Tommy Gallagher in the lead. And that's a very, very good ski leg for those two. Has that set up a win for those two boys?
Yeah, exactly, Simon. So I can tell you what's going to be going through Tom Gallagher's mind right now is he knows he's got Ben on his feet. So does he take a little bit of the foot off the pedal and just slow down to try and save some energy as well? But he'll know that he's got Wes Gould hot on their tails. So maybe he can't take the foot off the pedal quite yet. So lots going on these competitors' minds. Ben Jones, I'd say, knowing that he's a really good ski paddler and swim is not one of his strongest legs, he'll be doing everything he can to stay on the feet of Tom. And now it's really up to Tom. But I think they've actually put a bit of a lead in there. So from what I can see here, they've definitely not taken the foot off the pedal. And it's going to be maybe a race to see how long Ben Jones can hold on to the feet of Tom Gallagher.
A little bit of a south to north drift here on the field, on the course today, so you can see the boys just drifting north ever so slightly. So Tom Gallagher leading from the City of Perth Club, racing here on his home turf. Ben Jones from Trig Island in second, hanging on the feet. That's the perfect place to be. Wes in no man's land at the moment, just trying to get across. Race on for third, well and truly. Look at that big pack of guys there as they go through. This is the final event of round 2 of the WA Surf League. For those of you watching us at home, at my beach. So got Gallagher's open up a little bit of a lead there, True. We get to see the swimmers from side as they go across the top of the course and working pretty hard. We can see that Gallagher has just opened up half a body length there on Jones.
Yeah, look, and as a swimmer, that's sometimes around the cans. That's where you might try and shake them off. So you know you've got someone on your feet. You know the can's coming up, and if you can sort of just slow down a bit and just get them in, lull them into a false sense of security when you turn right on that can. If you put in 2 or 3 real hard strokes, you can break that elastic band. So the elastic band is, it's a bit of a psychological, but also some drag around getting an advantage when you're swimming. Like on the ski, like on the board, like we see in the Tour de France when the bike riders are sitting right in behind someone on their, in their sort of stream.
So
Same thing with swimming.
For the people down here on the beach, we see the swimmers have come around the can and they have may open up a gap on Wesley Gould in third from Mullaloo. So Gallagher leading from the City of Perth. Ben Jones from Trigg in second. If you're watching at home on mybeach.com, you can see that quite clearly from the overhead shots, our competition cameras. But down here on the beach, we see the guys now pushing into that drift, and they have well and truly opened a gap. Third spot still up for grabs, I reckon. Wesley Gould just still hanging on gamely in third. But you can see the boys pushing to try and stay across that drift. It may come down to a wave once again, Truett. Let you, as the swim specialist, bring the boys in. But this is the final event on the car for today, folks, so make some noise for these two young blokes, Tommy Gallagher and Ben Jones from Trigg, locked together as they come into the weighing zone for the final time today.
Yeah, look, and I think Ben Jones, he might have played the best hand out there. He sat on Tom's feet all the way through, and now he's made his move. So he's come right up onto Tom's shoulders. A little bit of a gap, so he's probably thinking, I don't want him to get on my wash. So he's swum out a little bit wide. Now they're eyeballing each other. So they'll be to see each other. They'll be thinking, right, I've got maybe 30 more strokes till we get to this wave zone. Now what am I going to do? When am I going to stand up? When do I get to my feet? And what am I going to put on the line here to take out the open Ironman? So Tom Gallagher probably still the smallest of margins there to Ben Jones, as we just see him just kick onto that little chop. So no big waves coming. It's going to be a real exciting finish. Crowd, I hope you get behind these guys. Final race and the smallest of little chops. So let's see if Tom's probably the best spot on the beach. Just a little bit of an advantage. But look, it's still neck and neck. Wave coming. Let's see how they go.
All right, this is where we saw Simon Hootengard stand up and walk backwards to get himself into the position to take the wave. Both the boys on their feet. Tom Gallagher makes the decision to run a couple, but gets himself into that. So here we go, Truey. Let's bring him home.
Yeah, this is the kick. So they've both fallen off at the same time. Ben's just got a half a metre lead there. Let's see who's got this run. Ben Jones up and running. I think Tom's spent. Ben Jones, fantastic swim there. Played his cards, played a game of chess, and he's come out with probably a very 10 to 20 metre lead on that final run to Tom. But Tom, well done. You led from the start and just came down to that final wave. But let's have a look now. Big wave coming as the next Wes Gould just pulls down on that wave. Who else have we got there? Matt Collis, and I think that's Heath and Jackson in there. So let's see how these guys go. This is going to be a close finish. So that's Max Anderson-Loke there into third spot. Wes Gould there running up. Not the best ski race, but he's held on for fourth. And Ethan Jackson just running on. I think it's going to be close between him and Wes for that final spot. So great racing, really good demonstration of surf skills. And that's a wrap for the final race in round 2 of the Surf League.
Yeah, let's bring them in, folks. Let's bring all these guys in. These points all count. It's going to be close today. What about Ben Jones? The Trig guys went absolutely berserk down here on the beach today. Ben Jones stood first. You just saw the effort that Tommy Gallagher put in. He was absolutely spent when he started running on the beach. He put so much into that swim leg today to try and hold off Benny Jones, but the surf skills paid off, and that was an amazing race. And good work from Benny Jones with a massive support here. Let's bring these guys in, folks. North Cottesloe. Here's your man, Glenn Eldon, comes through now, folks. And he's had a big day today as well for his club.
Yeah, look, Glenn Eldon, fantastic ski paddle there, very strong on the ski. It's always been one of his stronger suits, especially as he's got a little bit older, but 46 years old. He came out of the ski in 4th spot. Amazing effort. So he struggled a little bit in that swim, but great effort in the board and the ski. So last few competitors coming through. Don't forget point scores and today's overall winners revealed up at the Surf Club very soon. So all competitors, let's start heading up there. Cheer on these final 2 competitors, and then maybe enjoy a coffee or a cold drink up in the galley. So presentation straight after the race. We look forward to seeing you all up there.
Yeah, too right. Well done, Trig. Trig pretty happy with themselves today. Big day for Trig Island. We're sitting in 3rd place after a race, round 1 of the WA Surf League. They picked up some big points today. So did the City of Perth, courtesy of Jake Nicol and Gabby Murphy, brilliant on the sand today as well. So it'll be very interesting to see how the points tally up. Let's bring in our final competitors, folks. This is team racing, club racing. Let's get them home, get them across the line. Very exciting days racing here at the City of Perth. The breeze has swung around, Truey, so right on cue as we see the final athletes come in. The breeze swings around to the south and ultimately to the southwest, right on cue for our final events today. And you can see that our final competitor about to hit the sand now. So we'll bring them in and then we'll see you up in the Surf Club. I'm Simon Beaumont. Grant True has been with us down here providing commentary on the athletes and on the surf events. True will go through a little wrap in a moment. I'm sure that we'll get to do that. But some standout performances today. A completely different series of events compared to race 1. Some of the big guys missing, like and Tegan Mafscioni from North Cottesloe, and no Simon Hootengard in the Ironman as well. Let's bring this young fella in as he makes his way to the line now. Well done, buddy. Surf racing here at City Beach.
So yeah, Ironman, it's a well-rounded event for any competitor, swim, run, board and ski. So even just to be out there fantastic effort today. We saw some great racing, and again, point scores will be revealed soon. I think it's going to be close. I called Trick to be the big movers at the start of the day. I think that might be enough. Northcott struggling without some of their superstars. City of Perth always solid and consistent. So look, Northcott picking up maximum points in the boats. I think that's going to play a real big part in where they sit in second or third today.
Yeah, well, City of Perth, you know, Jade Mickles picked up 3 events today, all in the wave zone. All courtesy of some good surf skills, and Gabby Murphy's picked up 2 on the sand as well. Northcott go 1 and 2 in the in-speech flags as well today, so we'll do a wrap in just a moment. I hope you're enjoying all the action on mybeach.com.au. We'll come back in just a moment for a wrap on proceedings today. Just a reminder to all our competitors to leave this beautiful beach as you found it, and we'll head up into the surf club very shortly. Well, Truey, just as we close up events, and the sea breeze is it's just come in here at your beautiful home beach of City of Beach. Thanks to the City of Perth Surf Club for hosting us round 2 of the WA Surf League. Saw some great individual performances today. Completely different feeling to the first round, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, we had a little bit of a surf today. The wind still held off. It was really hot last round, so that would have taken a lot out of the competitors. But again, standout performances for me today. Northcott, again, 1, 2 and 3 in the boats and taking out the ladies' boats. And I think also probably the most other standout thing was Tom Nolan in the flags. Just the way he controlled the whole race, the way he dominated. He chose who went through and who didn't. Fantastic performance and a real experienced and mature competitor.
Well, I reckon City of Perth have had a good day today as well, True. This is their home turf. So Jade Mickle has won the swim, she's won the board, and she's won the Iron Woman as well. So I reckon they picked up points. And Gabby Murphy was amazingly dominant on the sand as well, picking up the flags and the beach sprint. So your home club of City of Perth have picked up some points as well, mate. Went into this round in particular in second spot, so we'll see how the tally comes up. I think the pleasing thing once again was to see the clubs getting behind all their athletes. Trig had a massive day as well. They started well on the skis, they started well on the board, and then we saw Benny Jones win the Ironman as well, and the Trig roughed it down here. So once again, out there in clubland, under the tents, all the managers, all the fans, all the parents, there's a big win for this particular format. Lots of support from the clubs.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what it also means is that round 3 at Sorrento in a few weeks' time, that's going to be really exciting. Points are on the line for the individual competitors as well. There's chance for scholarships and funding to compete over East. And also, it's an important part for them to actually start their final preparations for the state championships and the all-important Australian championships, which will be held at Scarborough in April.
I'd like to thank our technical crew, all the guys, all the camera guys, and everyone who's helped us out today for these great shots. If you've been watching at mybeach.com.au, we'll see you in February when we head up to Sorrento. Round 2 of the WA Surf League has been run and won. We look here at a beautiful city beach as the sea breeze comes in. Magnificent conditions down here. Thanks to Surf Lifesaving WA. Thank you to you, Grant True, and we'll see you up in the club room for the presentation.